And hey, Alex, how's it going?
Oh, not too bad. How are things with you two?
Not too bad.
Morning. Okay.
Good morning.
Gonna add Phil. Phil's the new guy.
Hey, how's it going?
Hey, Phil.
Hey.
Morning.
Yeah, this morning I sort of just dropped this game on Phil. I said, hey, you feel like playing? Make a character.
Oh, he doesn't know what he's getting himself into.
Do you guys have any warning messages, telling him to run for the hills or anything before he starts playing?
Fear the cows.
So, how much actually did you get done, Phil?
Let's see. I got the name down. I got my attributes rolled out. That's about it right now. Because I was just looking over stuff.
Yeah, that's most of it, really. If you know, do you have any idea what kind of class he is? That might be the last big chunk.
Fighter. I was gonna make him a fighter.
Oh, that works. Ooh. All right.
What was that?
I don't know. It sounded like somebody was hungry.
Or a strong wind was blowing.
Yeah.
I wanted to ask, what XP totals are you guys at, Tim and Alex?
I think I'm at 11,000.
Yeah,
Let me
that's what
double-check.
mine is listed at 11,200 or something.
Okay. I gave 800 out last time, so why don't we just say that you guys are at even 12?
Okay.
Just level it up. So, Phil, you're going to have 12,000 XP to start.
All right, sweet.
And the way I've been doing in the campaign is that this is kind of an experiment of mine. Everybody gets the XP even if you didn't attend that session. So let's say like the next 3 weeks you're not here, then you show up, you'll get whatever everybody else got. So 12,000 is a good easy number to remember. Let's see here.
So that would put me up to, according to the chart, 4th level.
That sounds about right.
Yep.
So is that what you were, Tim?
Yeah, I'm at 4th level.
Okay, cool. All right. Well, I'm just trying to think of anything else that I need to throw your way, Phil. You were asking about a setting. Maybe I'll let Tim and Alex talk a little bit about that. They're both actually pretty new, too. Zig should be here, but he has a tendency of sleeping in. I tried to message him a few times. I think he's zonked out. I think last time he showed up like 2 hours into the session. He's like, so, we'll see if he does that today. But we have enough to play, so that's all that matters.
Yeah.
So how would you describe the setting, Tim?
Well, it's not quite as bad as as Pembrooktonshire. It's a very frightened area because they know that there's an invading army coming in. People are flocking to different areas. There's a town controlled by several witches that some people think we're going to be able to keep the peace. There's others that are going to, I forgot the name of the town.
There's Karlstad is the one where the
Karlstad.
witches are hanging out. Yeah.
Is it Warsburg is where the bishop has marshaled most of the forces?
Yeah, Warsburg
in the
is
area.
this like
Warsburg.
southern sort of bastion of everybody run here because the army's coming, and some people are doing that, and other people are like battening down the hatches, and the witches are saying, "Come to our place. We're the only ones that can save you." So yeah, it's very frightened.
And see, Karlstadt was where the 7 witches are at.
Yeah,
and I'm trying to find the name of the invading area. I did write it down.
That's actually, I should have had that ready, actually.
At any rate, we had wandered into a town that was had pretty much been evacuated. We ran into one person who hadn't, and he had been doing some grisly things
With his family.
Yeah, had eaten them for the most part.
And he offered of his his stores to the to the characters who later found out what they were eating.
Yeah. And we ran into several of the witches' servants. They call themselves the Peace Walkers, and they had man catchers that they were going to apprehend unpeaceful people with, but we were able to talk ourselves out of being apprehended by them. And we've wandered off into this other area where I can't remember the reason why we've headed over to this cave, but it was some time ago.
You guys are, I think, you were trying to think, because there's a lot of different options. Like, well, do we go to Karlstad, hang out with the witches, find out what's going on there? Do we go down to Wurzburg and put up a last resistance? Do we go to any of these other small towns? I think you were in Hamelberg. That's the little town that you guys were at where the guy was eating his family.
Yeah, Hans of Hamel.
He talked about Goblin Hill. This place was off to the south. I guess that would be southeast. And he said that one of the witches is set up there, and they've been taking people, and there's bugs everywhere. And that's pretty much. And you guys, I think you basically just said, "Screw it, let's just go there. I don't want to go hang out with the witches."
Well, it's because I remember because Sergei didn't believe in goblins. He doesn't believe that they exist, so he thinks it's just like bandits or thieves that are shacked up there, and that they have all their treasure up there. He thought he wanted to go there and just kill all the bandits and take their treasure.
So the basic idea is that there's a bunch of small towns, and in the south there's a bigger, fortified city that people are fleeing to. There's that town, Karlstad, with the witches, and they're promising to protect people that come there from this invading army. And everyone sort of has this feeling that this invading army is going to destroy everything. There's a religious conflict. The All is this monotheistic deity that some of them worship, but some of them worship it in different ways. There are two sects, the righteous and the devout. The army coming down is devout, and some of the various towns are devout. Some of them are more righteous. So depending on where you guys go, things could change as far as the landscape. So as of right now, Phil, I said your character had been trying to find your long-lost friends. You went to this Pembrooktonshire place. It was a very strange little town. You didn't stay long. You just basically got enough information to find out that your friends had already left. They had done a horrible number of things to the town. At least that's what the townsfolk said. They were basically like a plague, and they finally left. And then you're following their footsteps, heading south. And while you were doing so, you were arrested by these peacekeepers. Just a large number of them, probably about 20 of them, apprehended you. They got you by the neck with these poles. They're called man catchers, just wrapped around. It was kind of like a rabid dog. How you would catch a rabid dog. That's how they caught you. And they took you back to this place, and you are awaiting re-education. That's the last thing you've heard from them. So,
oh boy.
so
That's never a good thing when you hear the word re-education.
So, you are tied up. You're blindfolded. You've heard various strange things about Mother, and there's milk involved, and drink her righteousness, and you've heard strange chanting and muttering in the distance. You're not really sure what's going to happen to you. You're hungry. You're thirsty. So that's basically where your character. That's what's going on with him. With everyone else, however, the last place that you guys were, you visited one of these re-education centers, and there were people having their sexual organs removed, and they were gutted, and pieces were missing off of them, and they were setting up these elaborate plates of people and vegetables and things that it looks like they're going to serve something or someone, but you're not really sure who. And then there was sort of cultist / butchers, cooks that were setting all this stuff up. And when you guys tried to talk to them, their eyes rolled back into their heads. That burnt insect mark on their foreheads crawled down over their mouths, and they were casting this weird strength reducing black icky rays at you guys. I think Tavis is pretty much just he's owned right now.
Yeah, he's a bit of a cripple.
he's like a pile of boneless chicken on the ground in this room.
I had given him that dog-headed walking stick, and somehow that had managed to help him recover some of his strength.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's right.
An impressive piece of wood.
So, is there any questions you have, Phil? I know your character is half, maybe not even half made. It's like a quarter made or something.
Not really. No, I mean,
Most actions are done with a D20 roll. You have to get on or below your stat number. So if you got like a 16, I'd ask you to roll strength. You know, you have to roll like 16 and under for most things. There's some skills that are on a D6, and if those come into play, you roll a D6. And if you have like a 1 or like 2 pips filled in, then you need to roll a 1 or 2 on a D6.
Oh, okay.
So you basically just roll whatever you have. So if you have 4, then 1 through 4 is a success.
Okay.
So it's pretty straightforward.
That makes sense. So what about for attack rolls? Because I noticed that there's a BAB and stuff.
It's base attack bonus. It's like D20. It's a D20 roll. We use ascending armor class in Lamentations. So if you played any D20, third edition 3.5, it's basically the same.
Do we add the modifier of our combat attributes onto that, and then roll the D20 plus that? Yeah, so
D20 plus your base attack bonus plus strength for melee, dex for ranged.
Okay, so I mean it's just like it's kind of a hodgepodge of things. Then it's like it's 3.5 for the attack. Then it's its own thing when it comes to the skills, and then it's a little bit of a AD&D when it comes to the attribute checks.
Yeah, it's actually pretty close to basic and expert D&D except for the attacks and stuff. But yeah, it's basically don't be afraid of the system. Just like if you want to do something, just tell me what you want to do, and I'll tell you. It's like, oh, okay, that'll be a saving throw. Saving throws are you have to roll high, so that's the tricky part. Like stats, you want to roll low.
So you have to roll. So like my paralyzed is at 12. So if I want to avoid being paralyzed, I have to roll over my D20. I mean, over a 12.
Yeah, so like 12 or over to save.
Is there anything that modifies that? Like
I don't believe so.
Okay.
I think the only thing that gets modified is by like wisdom, for like some saves and intelligence for the saves versus magic user type spells.
Gotcha.
And you're playing a fighter, so you're pretty straightforward. I put in some stat bonuses for the various D6 stats or the D6 skills. So if you have like a high strength, then like open doors would be a little bit higher. If you have a high dex, then I think a lot of them get bumped up a few pips. That would be in the house rules thread that I linked to you a little bit ago.
Okay. Yeah, I've got that up. Been looking at that.
So if you have like a +2 modifier, then you would add that many pips to that skill that it's associated with. Like for instance, like secret doors is plus wisdom. So if you have like a +2 bonus in wisdom, then you add +2 pips to your D6 to find secret doors. So it's a little bit of a hodgepodge of different things.
Okay.
Yeah, if you have any questions, don't be afraid to ask or whatever. All right, so let's see here. Last time, like I said, you guys are in the butcher's place. Let me find the map of that. And I believe you guys are right there. As far as the group, I don't know. I don't know what label you'd put on us. We're pretty laid back. We get into character, but I'm not going to reach across the internet and smack you if you ask me a question.
Right.
That sort of thing. Yeah, I think you guys were right there. Okay. That's right, the kitchen. Yes. Okay, so the kitchen, like I said, is lots of various body parts, and you talked to that one guy that had his arms and legs removed, and he was brainwashed and talking about the mother. There was... I guess we'll just do this by cardinal direction. The way to the north goes back out to the main hallway that you guys had come down. The way to the east goes back to that re-education center that Phil might end up in if you guys don't save him. There was a secret, well, not a secret door, just a small room to the south and a doorway to the west that you had not explored yet. I believe you said last time that you bolted up the doors, you pushed chunks of flesh up against things, and try to stay here. I believe you stayed here and you rested. I think you had a series of watches and things like that.
Yeah, we had been hit by those anti-strength rays that were coming out of those one dude's mouths, and we were just recuperating.
Yeah, let's see here. What is your strength at now, Alex, for Tavis?
2.
Okay. And what is your, like, maximum? Like, what's your normal strength?
7, so it's not far off.
Well, how about you roll a d6, and I'll let you get that much strength back over the night.
Oh, you're a generous god. 6!
Oh, wow. Okay, you rolled well.
Very impressive. Back at full.
You must have found a comfortable spot on a nice, dirty, blood-soaked rug on the floor.
Yeah. Or, started smacking. On the vegetable. Not the comatose people.
All right, I got an idea here. During the night, we're going to say... well, Phil, what's your character's name? That'd be a good place to start.
My character's name is Luther Goldwyn.
Luther. Okay. So Luther has been in this sack and hearing things and hearing, like, bone saws and flesh tearing and all this stuff about the mother. And, at one point, someone actually talked to you. Most of the time you were just overhearing things. This soldier comes in and you feel a quick kick to the gut. Seems like he's got some heavy-duty boots on. Hey! You! Hey! Wake up!
This is no way to treat a knight of LaCroix, I have you know.
Right. What? I think He kicks you again in the face.
Have you no manners, or are you just an unkept swine?
Whatever you were doesn't matter anymore. You're one of her children now. You better get used to that real quick.
Whose children are you talking about?
The mother.
I only know of my mother. Thank you very much.
That whore's dead. You gotta listen to this one now.
Right. Well, why don't you show me proof, and then I'll go along with you, eh?
He sort of, like, grabs the top of the sack that you're in and, like, shakes, he, like, kind of grabs your hair through the sack and kind of, like, shakes it around a little bit.
Yes, I know that you're there. What is it?
Soon, you will drink of her nectarous bosom. And then he cracks your head against the wall and it all goes to black. And then later you sort of, you come to and you hear the sound of screaming and weapons being unsheathed. And you actually think that your bag is loosened. You're not really sure why that would be, but you have more room than you did before.
Am I able to kind of shake my head loose of it?
Yeah. Why don't you just as a general, like, are you trying to get out? Is that what you're trying
I was just trying to get the sack off my head so I can
okay.
see what's going on.
Yeah, you shake it and just sort of rattle it to the left and right. It sort of, like, slowly falls off the top of your head, and you see that you're in a very small room with shelves of various jars of liquid and floating things and sacks of herbs and piles of various other vegetables and things, crates of stuff.
Huh.
There's a small door, and that's where the noise was coming from. But you're sort of coming in and out at first. Like, wait, is there noise there now? I thought I heard people. Are there people there now? You're not real sure.
Am I able to move around?
Yeah. Why don't you just roll under decks with a d20 and see how well you do. See
Okay.
Get out of your bindings.
Oh no, I got a 19.
So you struggle. It seems that the rope that's around your wrist is still pretty tight. But in the other room, you hear some struggling, Tavis. You're sort of listening, and you think that there's something moving in the back room there that you haven't looked at yet.
I wonder.
Think you might have heard like a jar rattle or something on a shelf.
You think they have rats down here, Sergey?
Oh,
More
I'm
of those
certain
bugs?
of it. I'm certain they have rats down here. If they have giant maggots that swallow man whole, I'm sure they have rats.
And the knight that's bound hears these voices from the other room.
those voices sound familiar. Then he'll start to shout out and say, "Hello? Is anyone there?"
Is that talking rats?
Sounds close enough.
I do not trust talking rats.
You want me to go in and check?
I go check. You too weak. You stay there and hobble around. So Sergey's still weak still himself, but he manages to get himself up off the ground, and he goes over there, pulls his sword out, and starts slowly stalking over to where he heard the sound at.
Okay. There's just a small door that looks like it leads into maybe some sort of supply closet. You're not real sure, but yeah, there's this voice, and yeah, that's where you're at.
Okay, he goes up to the door and knocks on it. Hello? Anyone in there?
Yes, I'm in here. Please, would someone please help me out of here, please?
He carefully opens the door, but he also tries to make sure that he's not in the way of any blast or anything that might come flying out.
Davis is casually loading his crossbow.
Okay. The door creaks open, and the knight is blinded by the amount of light that's coming into the very dark room. But you think you recognize these two.
Oh, by the heavens. Is that who I think it is? Have I finally died?
If you die and you see me, I fear for your soul.
Oh, it's you. Oh, I'm so glad to see you again. 'Tis been many a moon.
Here?
Oh, well, looking for you all, actually.
It's odd how this place seems to bring people together.
Oh, it's quite a homely place indeed. I think it would be a lot more inviting if they didn't tie people up and bash them in the stomach.
Sergey just laughs really loud. He just goes over there and starts cutting his ropes free.
You'll find that, alas, Luther, your friend from a long time ago, and Luther, you know Sergey and Tavis, but Luther has a lot of his stuff is like sort of piled up in a sack beside him, but he himself looks like he is naked and shaved. All of the hair on his head has been removed and elsewhere, and he's also going to see that he has various lines drawn with black ink on like the sections of his arms, his torso, and it looks like he has a line around his nether regions that look like they're going to be removed.
It looks like you were going to be... It looked like you were going to be on dinner plate.
Dinner plate? Oh my! When I notice this, I just cover myself as best as possible, and I say, "This is no way to be presented in front of company."
What company? It's just Sergey and Tavis.
It doesn't matter. It's still very inappropriate for myself.
Well,
I'm with Luther on this one.
Put the clothes on. Then you'll be appropriate.
It looks like there's a hodgepodge of various other clothing in the back here. It looks like they're using them as rags, but you do find most of what you own. There's a few things that are missing, but you also find a lot of other things, like breeches of all different shapes and sizes. You see dresses. You see kerchiefs and handkerchiefs, head coverings, hats, all sorts of things.
Okay, I'll just dress myself real quick and put on my best looking. I put on what I consider to be the best looking vestments I can possibly muster.
And as a knight, you're probably your stuff, your armor is probably there. Looks like it's it's all in a jambles and just a big sack. It looks like they didn't know really what to do with that. It was kind of set apart. But and some of the other rags had like blood splatters and hand marks on them in a different corner. It looks like they grabbed the rags, dried their hands, and throw them in this other section of the room.
How dare they treat my armor and clothing like this? It's just simply rude.
Let me show you how they treat people. And he leads him over to where that person was on the table.
You're going to see this man who has no arms and legs, has a large gaping wound in his chest where it looks like somebody killed him. And he has a smile on his face, and his eyes are open, and he's staring at a wall.
They were cutting him into flank steaks.
Truly. It reminds me of the time we were in the Baron's mansion with all of his daughters. Do you remember that?
Oh, very well. I remember the Baron.
Too bad his daughters were cannibals, or it would have been an enjoyable evening.
It was not bad, even still.
Terrible stuff. Well, at least he died with a smile upon his face.
Yes, that he did. I took pity upon him. Sent him to Maker.
Indeed. Whew.
The interesting thing was these fellows here in the chef hats. They were cooking him, and they were cutting him to pieces. And then when I came in to kill them, they apparently glue things on their faces, and they started shooting from their mouth. And this was very unusual.
Yeah, you're going to look down and you're going to see this, what looks like a branding of like an insectoid symbol, but it doesn't really make sense. Like if you would brand someone on the lips, it wouldn't look like that. It's like this branding skin covering over their mouths. It's kind of strange. They almost look a little bit loose, like if you reached down and peeled them off, they would come off their faces.
Ugh, what manner of sorcery be this?
It's mother's milk.
Well, I want no part of that.
Well, let's kill them all and leave.
Another thing that you guys will notice is that when you went to sleep, Rayhan was here. And he's no longer here at the moment. You are going to notice, however, that a large section of meat is missing.
Oh no, Rayhan is reverting to his cannibal ways. We were in town, and this farmer happened to be slaughtering his family, and he fed Rayhan some of his family's meat, but Rayhan not know, he think it was cow. And now since then he's had very good taste and mouth for human flesh.
Truly, you say? My word.
Yes. Yes, truly, very much truly.
Well, I'll definitely have to avoid him at the dinner table then. I'll seat further away from him this time.
And you remember Rayhan as this very devout worshiper of the sun, prayed in the direction of the sun multiple times a day, and this revelation seems kind of shocking to you, Luther.
How did such a devout man change so quickly?
Well, he did not know that he was eating human flesh. Like I said, the man was barbecuing, and barbecue smelled good. He not eat for a while. But I had bad dream about cows. I do not trust them ever since Pembrooktonshire. There were evil cows there. I do not eat cow.
So, have you changed your dietary habits too, Sergey?
I do not eat cow.
Oh, okay. But you're not
I do not eat giant
towards...
bugs.
If I stay in this place much longer, I think I'll lose my appetite altogether.
Well, seeing that we are low on provisions, that is not a bad thing.
From the adjacent room to the east, you hear more of that muttering in unison, almost like a sound of a temple. Mother.
If you're feeling sick now, you probably don't want to head in there, Luther.
What are they doing in there?
Let's go find out.
Drink the milk.
Sounds truly vile. Well, I say we put an end to these heathens and their wicked ways.
Sergei gets a very wide grin on his face, and his eyes open up wide, and he just carefully wipes his blade off. He says, "If that means we kill them, I wholeheartedly agree."
Oh, we don't do it for pleasure, though. We are only doing them a quaint service. They are lost.
Of course. Of course. We take no pleasure in things. We take no pleasure.
Oh, that's why I like you, Sergei. You've always been an honest man about these things. I pat you on the shoulder. Let us speak.
Sergei slowly starts walking over to the direction where he hears sounds coming from.
You hear the sound of those insects as well. They seem like they're smashing into the cage on the other side of the door. The door is closed. You guys had closed it for the evening. Mother, we're thirsty.
Tavis is visibly apprehensive. Just standing towards the back of the group, crossbow kind of twitching upwards occasionally.
We'll say that your weapons are missing, Luther, but there are fillet knives and meat cleavers, bone saws, these sorts of things in the kitchen.
Okay, I'll grab a meat cleaver.
Okay. If you want to improvise a shield, there are large metal platters as well.
I will take a metal platter as well.
Okay. Have to sort of like shake it off to get some of the blood off of it first, but you know.
Well, these aren't the elegant weapons that a knight should normally use, but they will do for this instance. I'll just wipe them off thoroughly.
When Sergei hears the sound of the insects on the other side, he grows a little more apprehensive. I do not like those bugs. I do not like bugs. They're giant flying wasps. One of them stole Ramsey away. We have not been able to find him.
Giant bugs, you say? Oh boy. Well, doesn't matter the size of the... Well, it doesn't matter the size of the creature. It shall be slain.
As you guys are talking, it's almost as if reality sort of has this warp to it. You're looking at Tavis, and his face sort of stretches and morphs down and then snaps back to where it was. Luther's legs are like bendy for a moment. His stomach sort of stretches out to the side in a very hideous fashion. Sergei, his chest, for a second you swear you could see through it, and then all kind of snaps back into place.
That was odd.
Why did your chest disappear for a moment?
Why did your legs go all spaghetti?
I cannot explain this.
Could just be claustrophobia. Let's get out of here.
That might be a good idea.
I agree.
So there are 3 ways out of here. You know, there's the back entrance, there's the doorway to all the sound and the ants that are clattering. Then there's 2 others.
Did it sound like they were banging against the door?
It sounded like the ants were in their cage trying to get out.
Oh, okay.
There was
These would be the riding ants, maybe?
Yes, the ones that had harnesses on them.
Okay.
Well, we have 3 choices. We go back way we came, we go in there, kill things, or we go other way we not know.
I say we choose the safest route for now. Until we've bolstered ourselves, I do not want to get into confrontation.
It would be good to find your weapons too, seeing that you are now armed as chef.
Yes, not becoming a man of my title.
Does Luther put on his armor, however?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll put that on.
Just for the moment, I mean, you're a knight. We're just going to say that you have plate. It just sounds, that's what knights have. So, makes sense. You're missing some of your comfortable small clothes that you normally wear under under your armor, however, so it's a little bit, I don't know, you're a little bit clankier than normal, that's all.
Ah.
Mother, we're thirsty!
Well, I think they're going to go thirsty for a little longer, seeing that chefs are now dead.
As it should be.
As it is.
So Sergei walks back over to the door that they came in and carefully looks down both ways in the hallway.
Okay, so you guys are going to go head north, and you're not... Sergei peeks his head out to the right and to the left. At the very end of the hallway, there's various torches along the hall now. Looks like they've been lit since you were here last. There's a soldier standing at the very edge, the very corner, all the way down to the left. You see a doorway between you and him, and if you look to the right, you know that there's the doorway there. That's the re-education center, and there looks like there's two more various ways down to the right. So there's lots of options here as well.
Well, there's Galway. How far down is he?
Looks to be about 100 feet or so, and I forgot to mention there's that exit way to the right that goes back to that elevator sort of cage that goes down to that the shit-covered maggots.
The maggots.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
No, we don't need to go that way.
Yeah, I think we're fine.
Yeah. So there's a way. I'm facing out of the doorway. It's to the right. This is the direction of the guard.
No. Okay, so you're facing out the doorway. As you look left, there's that door to what you know is the room right next to you guys, and then further down, it looks like the hallway bends to the left, and there's a guard standing on that corner.
Okay. And
if you peek your head out to the right, there are 3 various hallways that also lead to the right.
Well, what if we just go down there and approach him as one of his own?
Oh yes, Luther, you're looking very convincing.
I think Tavis is wearing a blue uniform, is he not? Didn't you put one on?
I suppose he is.
Oh, yeah.
Did Sergei put one on?
Like
I don't think
no.
I don't think Sergei did.
No, he's not.
Because he wouldn't wear Dead Man's clothes. So.
No. It is bad luck.
So Tavis actually looks the part.
Yeah, I don't think he's convinced he can play the part, though.
Just walk down the hallway saying, "Mother, mother."
It's not those fellows who chant like that. At least from what we've seen.
We just do something that is odd, and it will confuse them. They're not going to attack someone who is dressed like you, chanting about the mother. Trust me.
I've never had less trust for you, Sergei. But I will do as you say.
I'll go and grab Chef's hat and put it on. There, I will make you feel better now. So he's got his giant blonde woolly mane of hair with a chef's hat on top of it.
Nice.
Tavis just sort of shakes out his arms and legs and starts strutting down the hallway.
Slowly
Strutting down the hallway.
And as Travis does so, I kind of lean in and then whisper out and say, "I believe in you."
Sergei walks behind him so that he's not really visible, but he's still behind him.
How much distance do you give between you and him?
Between me and Tavis?
Yes.
It's like 4 or 5 feet.
Okay. So pretty close. Okay.
Yeah. I said, Mother, I want some of my mother's milk. Give me mother's milk.
Tavis is suppressing laughter, so his mother comes out with a bit of a warble.
Mother's milk.
Mother,
let me breastfeed. It has been long since I drink milk.
Alright, so the soldier at the end, who's also wearing the blue and red uniform, He looked bored until you guys started walking down the hallway, and he kind of sort of tilts his head and squints his one right eye for a second. He shrugs and he just leans against the wall again. And you guys up to him.
I very silently pull my sword out and hide it beneath my cloak as I'm walking by.
Let's see here. I think you guys have a stealth skill, don't you? Why don't you try to roll that just to see how stealthily you can do that?
I don't think he's very stealthy. Let's see. Oh, actually, his stealth is pretty high.
Just a d6 roll.
Oh, yeah, I rolled right on it, 4.
Okay. So you pull that out, Luther. You'll see that Sergei pulls this weapon out with no sound whatsoever, and he seems deadly. Oh, are you there? Are you there, Phil?
Oh yeah, I'm there.
Oh, okay.
Watching him, I just simply clasp onto my cleaver in hand a little bit more tightly, and just ready myself for whatever comes next.
Are you saying anything, or are you just walking silently behind?
No, I'm walking silently.
Okay. All right. So like I said, this soldier looks bored. You probably get about 10 feet away from him, and he looks up at Tavis's face. You got some new recruits there?
Tavis just keeps saying, "Mother." And then, of course, they're heading down to re-education.
Oh, okay. Why are they clothed still? Didn't you take that off of them? Oh man, I got such a headache.
It's fine, don't worry about it.
Well, don't forget about that meeting later tonight. It's mandatory.
Wouldn't miss it.
All right.
Wait, where is it again?
Oh, well, her chamber, of course.
Oh, stupid of me. I've got a bit of a headache myself.
Oh, yeah, I think she's in a bad mood today. She's been sending out strange vibes.
Still, gotta keep the faith.
Yes, peace above all. Peace at any cost. Brother, and he sort of nods his head and holds his hand over his heart.
Brother. Davis does the same.
Okay. Do you guys continue to go down the hallway?
As soon as he puts his hand over his heart, Sergei whips his sword out and slashes him.
Okay. Like I said, he's bent down, so he's actually looking at the ground at the time. So he probably doesn't even see it coming down towards him. So go ahead and make me attack. Oh, man. How about like +3 to your attack?
Okay. So I rolled a 6. I have +5 because of my BAB, and +3, so that gives me 14.
Okay, that's enough. He's just wearing a uniform. So go ahead and roll your damage. How much you get? I have a feeling you're probably going to kill him. And don't forget your special traits. Your
8 damage total.
Okay. All right. So Sergei brutally murders this guy right in front of you. There's no sound whatsoever other than his body falling to the ground and bleeding.
Good show, sir. Good show indeed. He never saw that coming.
Yeah, that is sad. I always like to see fear on face before they die.
Well, he died doing his duty, and that's an honorable thing.
His duty was eating people.
That was not honorable, and I retract what I said before.
Martha, that's my toy. Don't take it away. Mommy said Martha. And you hear little footfalls like coming down the hallway in front of you. You'll see down this little hallway. There's various doorways and such, but there's this little redheaded girl. She's carrying this little wooden horse with wheels at the very bottom of it, and she's sort of holding it above her head. And there's this little boy with dark hair who's running after her. He's got like tears in his eyes, and he's screaming after his little sister. But they're heading right toward you guys.
Tavis, with his rather meager strength, is going to, as rapidly as possible, try to spirit the corpse away into one of the other branches.
You're going to drag it back towards where you guys just came from?
Yeah.
Okay, there's the entranceway to the place with the cage. That's the closest. Or there's the kitchen that's a little bit further.
I think Sabis is going to choose the closest option he can.
Okay, that's the way down to the lake.
Now, there was already a pile of corpses, though, in front of the one with the cages, wasn't there?
Yeah, there are a pile of people that are unconscious.
Oh, okay. All right. I think he'll just try and hide it in that.
And the disturbing thing is when you actually put them in there, you see the pile of people is still there unconscious.
I don't think he's thinking about that right now.
Okay. All right. So Sergey, you probably have some blood on you. You're the person that they're going to see first. Is there any sort of reaction that you have? Is there anything that you should do?
You cut up.
Oh, Sergey, you're the only one that they're going to see at this point because they're coming down the hallway, and it's going to, the hallway banks right at a 90-degree angle, and you're standing right there. Is there anything that you do? You're covered a little bit in blood.
Well, I pulled my cloak around me to cover the blood, and I say, mother, oh mother. And I quickly hide my sword underneath my cloak.
Okay. The little girl runs right up to you and like sort of stutter steps and stops, and she's looking up at you. She's probably about, I don't know, 4 feet tall. Who are you?
Mother.
No, dummy. What's your name?
Mother.
She kicks you in the shin. Stop
That is not nice for you to do as child.
I know. Tell me your name. You're new.
Yes, I am new guard for this place. This particular place. Stand right here.
Why don't you have the uniform?
I am new. I have not been fitted yet.
And meanwhile, the little boy runs up behind her, reaches over her shoulder, and yanks the little horse toy out of her hand and smacks her in the back of the head and pulls her hair a little bit. Ah! I'm telling Mom! And then they're sort of like wrestling with each other and like sort of rolling around on the floor in front of you.
Oh, why don't you go play quietly with ants? There is room with big ants over there. Have you seen them? You should go play.
Oh, that's what the singing people are.
Yes, go sing. Go play with ants.
Well, we're not supposed to be in there, but we go in there sometimes.
Well, then do what you want. Just do it somewhere else.
Oh.
You are interrupting my guard position.
Oh, who are you? They sort of like put their head around the corner and they're looking at Luther. You're all shiny.
Oh, yes. Thank you for noticing. You see, I just got this polished, you see. Yes.
Is it hard to go to the bathroom?
Well, normally you need to hold it in for as long as possible. That is what a knight is supposed to do.
That sounds rough.
Well, knights are quite tough, you see.
You ever make a mess in your pants?
No.
Oh. But he sort of looks down like he does.
but when he says no, he kind of looks up in the air as if he's actually done it before.
So you said we can go play with the ants?
Oh, just be quiet about it. Don't tell anyone.
Can we
Don't
feed
tell
him skin?
anyone you saw me.
Can we feed him the skin? That was fun last time.
Sure, just don't tell anyone.
Okay.
Don't tell anyone you saw me.
Okay.
It's a game.
Your secret's safe with me.
Yes, we're playing a game. I'm not supposed to out of uniform, so please don't tell on me.
The little boy holds up a big ring of keys. Which one is it? And he holds it out to you.
Oh, let me have keys. I will help you.
There's about 10 of them on there.
And he takes the keys away from him.
Okay.
He takes the keys away from him.
Mm-hmm.
How close are we to that door? Where the...
Oh, it's about 100 feet down to the re-education center.
Actually, you know what? Door is unlocked. Just go ahead.
Oh, really?
Yes, go down there, close the door behind you, and stay.
Okay, we're gonna go feed him some skin. Yeah, I'm sorry I took your a little horsey. I was just, Mommy doesn't give me toys like she does to you. Oh, it's okay. We're gonna go play with skin. Don't worry about it. And the little boy grabs his sister by the wrist, and they start running down the hallway. And you'll see him duck into the room with all the neutered people hanging upside down from their ankles. And then the door closes.
Disgusting little children.
This place just keeps
Let's
getting
get out of here.
stranger and stranger, it does.
Yes. Did that guard that I kill have any weapons?
He had a man catcher with him. That's all. It seems like that's what they use.
Oh, okay. Well, you can have man catcher.
No, I would rather not have that crude device.
And probably at this point, Tavis has ducked back out of the room.
Yeah, he's looking probably more shaken than he has in a long time.
You probably heard the pitter-patters of the little kids running down the hallway and then going into the room.
That would largely be why. But he just quietly reaches out for the man catcher, takes it, and continues walking down the hall ahead of the group.
Okay. So as you are heading down, there is a doorway to the left, and there is that's pretty close. It's probably about 40 feet down to the left.
Is there any signage?
There is not any sign, but you smell the smell of what seems to be like sulfur. There's a sort of metallic smell that seems to be around.
Is it a smell I would know from anything else, or is it just unusual?
It might smell like a forge, you think.
Okay. I think that he'd feel comfortable chancing a peek in there if he can determine where it's coming from.
Okay. So you reach out. It's just a doorknob, basically. And you open the door. Inside.
Maybe stealthily.
You want to try to do it stealthily? Okay.
Yeah.
That
would be great. 1.
Right. There is no creak to the door. Seems like there would have been if you would have opened it faster, but managed to avoid that. There's an anvil in the center of the room, and there's various. There's a barrel full of water and other things like that. It looks like it hasn't been used for a while. It looks like it's. You've seen forges before. It seems like this one isn't all the way set up yet. Do you think maybe it needs a few more implements? You look underneath, and it doesn't seem like there's anything that can be lit on fire.
But when you say it doesn't look like it's been used recently, does that mean that it was someone started setting it up a long time ago and just never got around to finishing it? Is that...
It almost looks like it was used before, and they have moved it here from somewhere else, but they haven't moved everything here yet. That's kind of the feeling you get.
Okay.
There's a large anvil there. There's a hammer.
And there are no other doors in the room leading.
No, it's a pretty large room. It's about like 40 feet by 40 feet, and it's actually pretty empty.
Okay. Then Tavis is going to step back out.
What is in there?
It's just a forge someone's been setting up.
Doesn't
look like they've... Pardon?
Is there weapons in there?
Honestly, I didn't even bother checking. It doesn't look like it's been used recently, anyway.
Sergei looks in there and just looks around.
The only weapon you think you see is just the hammer that's laying on top of the anvil.
Is it a big hammer or just like a little normal size?
Oh, it looks heavy. It looks like, you forge with it. So it's,
okay.
You think you could bash someone's face in with it, if you look at it.
There's weapon for you, Luther. You can use a hammer.
Oh, a hammer, you say? Well, certainly.
It's better than meat cleaver.
Yes, I'm more familiar with the weight.
As you're So Luther walks in and basically grabs it off the anvil?
Yeah.
Okay. Whenever you grab the hammer, that strange effect happens again where reality sort of warps. You feel like you are sinking down several inches, almost like you're sinking right into the floor itself, and then things snap back. Sergei, as you're watching, it almost looks like the walls bend and contort as if the ceiling's trying to crush you all. Tavis, you see the bricks and the various sections of the wall shrink and can just contrast with each other really strongly with various vibrant colors, and then it snaps back to where the dull gray stone is.
It's brick?
Yeah, this section is.
That's very strange. Okay.
Like red brick or just stone block brick? Or
It looks like it is mostly made out of mud. You'll see some hair and some bone fragments as well.
Oh, wonderful.
Okay.
This is bad omen. I do not like this. If it happens 3 times, we are damned.
I say just happening once makes it bad, but this makes me so queasy.
Let's just keep moving, okay?
Let us move. Let us go.
The hammer in your hand, Luther, has a nice heavy feeling. Like, it has some weight behind it. It feels reassuring, perhaps.
I'll clasp onto it with a lot more confidence than I did with the meat cleaver.
Regardless of how well made the man catcher actually is, it feels flimsy and weird in Davis's hands.
Yeah, it's probably a lot longer than you're used to holding. It's probably about 10 feet long.
Continue down the way.
Okay. Let's see here. So as you come out, you turn to the left and start heading down that way. When
we get to the end, I grab one of the torches.
Oh, okay. Yeah, there's torches all the way along the wall.
Oh, okay.
Probably about every 20 feet or so.
Oh,
so
okay.
The space between right between the two torches is probably a little dim, but not by much.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, you're more than welcome to grab one.
If it's well lit, I'll leave them there then.
Okay. All right. So as you're traveling, there's another passageway to the right that seems like it's coming up. And let's see here. You hear the sound of sort of tinking bells or small pieces of metal clinking against each other. Lots of them.
Where's it coming from?
There's a passageway that's going to open up on the right, but you haven't got there yet.
Does it sound like it's coming from that direction?
It sounds like it's coming from that way. It's about 60 feet down on the right from the doorway to the forge.
Tavis, go check it out.
Tensing up, he does so. Just step by step.
All right, so Tavis creeps. Do you want to also do this quietly?
He'll try to.
Okay, give it a shot.
He succeeds.
Okay. So Tavis creeps up, bends his head to the right and looks in. Inside, you see a very ornate and fancy room. At the end of the chamber stands a raised throne, while the floors are covered in ornate carpeting and the walls are lined with hanging tapestries. Both carpets and tapestries are decorated with the symbol of a giant ant's head. And it looks like there's been lots of blood spilled on them. It almost looks like they take them off the walls and massacre people on them. Rows of stone benches are set up before this throne. And behind and over all of this is a magnificent sculpture of a giant ant. And its mandibles are open wide. It looks like it's sort of the pose you would think it would do before it would eat someone.
Normally, Tavis wouldn't ask this, but does it have nipples?
The ant does not have nipples.
That's good to know.
Let's see here. Yeah, okay. But it's empty. It looks like It's well kept up. It's clean, other than the blood splatters all over the tapestries and carpets. But like the stone pews are clean. It seems like it gets a lot of use.
But right now it's quiet?
It's empty.
Apart from the bells, is that coming from in here?
Oh, the bells, there are... on the ant itself and around it, there are small bells. There's also small metal discs that are nailed to the back of the wall behind the ant. And it seems like there's a slight breeze, and there's sort of ching, 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 ching.
Can I tell where the breeze is coming from?
It seems like the breeze is coming from further down the hallway. You can actually feel it a little bit stronger now that you're this way.
So it's moving through the door I'm in.
It's more moving down the hallway towards you guys.
Okay. Well, there's a pretty well-appointed room in there. I think you'd find yourself almost right at home, Luther. Check it out.
Really? I'll walk right on in.
There also seems like there's a doorway. It's kind of hidden, but to the right in the very back of the chamber. But there's also a strange air of, I don't know, just sort of like this feeling, perhaps, that you get. Something's not quite right in this room.
I look over towards that statue, and I kind of stare at it intently, just trying to looking like I'm trying to figure out its purpose and such. And
it almost looks like it's some sort of god.
Well, from there, I guess I'll just... You know what? I'll knock it over.
Okay. All right. So Luther goes up to it. How do you intend to knock it over? Do you try to like run into it?
I tend to just push it over. Just knock it right on its side.
Okay. Why don't you roll under strength and tell me how low you get?
Gotcha.
How low can you go?
All right, I got a 10. My strength is 11, so I got 1 point.
Okay. You'll see Luther. He sort of like leans into it, and it sort of dances. He makes it dance. It just kind of and then it kind of settles back again. He started to move it, but just not enough to knock it over.
I'll feel out of breath afterwards, and I'll just lean up against it, going, "All right. You win this time, but next time I will destroy you, you profane, destructive thing."
You do have a hammer, you know.
No, I know, but I don't want to damage the hammer on it. This is a nice hammer, and this thing is... Blech.
There's a sort of the ringing of bells they're quiet, they're subdued.
Do we see bells anywhere?
They're sort of hanging on various legs of the ant. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
What do they look like they're made out of?
They're like perhaps brass.
Oh, okay. Sergei cuts one of them off and puts it in his pocket.
Okay.
Is there anything else in here? Any doors or anything?
There is a door that heads off to the right from the back. And actually, it starts to open.
Sergei hides on one side of the ant with his sword drawn.
How about Tavis?
Tavis stays in the middle of the room.
Okay. And Luther?
I'll just stand around the statue, staring at it.
Okay. The doorway opens up. Nothing seems to come out, and then the doorway closes.
Sergei just listens very closely, just listening.
Why don't you guys roll under wisdom on a d20? Tell me what you guys get.
Roll
All
wisdom?
of us?
Yeah, everyone. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, I just made it rolled an 11.
Okay.
Missed by one.
One. Okay.
I rolled 5 under.
Okay. All right. So Luther and Sergey start to hear something strange. There's a sort of a sliding hand slapping sort of sound that comes into the room where you guys are.
Could it be like barefoot?
It sounds barefoot or opened palmed. It's like a light scraping, light sort of hitting on the ground, and it sounds like it's moving towards Tavis.
Well, Tavis is cautiously moving towards the door.
The door where it came from, or the door out?
The door where it came from.
Okay. Okay. So Tavis is moving towards the noise. Luther and Sergey, what do you guys do? You see this happening?
I'll ready my hammer and shield, or my makeshift shield together, and I will stand a little ways in front of the door, and I'll try to make myself look as inviting as possible, like I'm prepared to fight, but I want to look like I'm a target, basically.
Okay. So this thing just appears in the center of the room where you were hearing its noises. It appears to be a human torso with arms in various stages of like the bone cracking through. Sharp shards are sticking out in various places. It's walking on hands. It has a head that's sort of stuck sideways on an exposed spine. Its limbs are not attached to its torso, however. It's sort of cobbled together in a various disturbing sequence of stitches, and there's some chain wrapping it up in places. It's sort of this cobbled together thing. It's looking at Tavis. Its head is upside down. Its mouth is sort of stretched open, and this long tongue is sort of writhing back and forth.
Okay, I think Tavis is going to retrace his steps, except a little faster.
All right, so you're not going to go to where it came from, but now you're trying to leave.
Well, no, he'll want to eventually go to where it came from, but it's in between, so yeah. He's a little disconcerted by a lot of things about this. I think understandably.
It doesn't seem aggressive towards you, however. It's looking right at you. You don't think it sees Sergey or a Luther hiding behind the insect statue.
I think Tavis is still a little freaked out. So
one of its hands reaches out, and it's moving towards you, and it grabs hold of one of your arms. It's trying to. Like, that's the motion it looks like it's going to.
I think that Tavis is just going to... Well, he would give it a pat on the head, but that's a little bit low. He'll maybe shake its arm back, and then just try to casually stroll by.
Okay.
Towards where it came from.
If you pat it on the head, it moves past you. It sort of pulls itself up with three hands and sits itself in one of the stone pews, and then it turns around and looks at the insect idol. I don't know what skills. Is there a hide skill?
There's stealth.
I don't know if there's a hide. How about you guys just roll under dex with a d20, just to try to have this thing not notice you. So
I got 3 points under my dex.
Okay. How about Mr. Sergey?
Oh, I'm sorry, I had my speaker muted. I rolled 3 under.
Okay. All right, so you guys have probably shifted around to the very back of the insect idol, and it doesn't seem to have noticed you yet. It doesn't seem to pay any more attention to Tavis either. So Tavis just continues to move, So that. Okay. So the doorway is open because it just came out of there.
Well, Tavis is curious as to how it did open. Does it look like it was somehow automatic?
No, it seems like it must have reached up one of its hands and opened up the door. So
that would have been terribly awkward. Okay.
Yeah, it seems like it probably climbed up the side of it and opened the door. There's also another door behind, but this looks like a guard sort of place. There's some pole arms and some extra uniforms here in sort of like a open chest. There's a bunk here as well.
Is there anything leading out into other rooms, or was he just hanging out here?
It looked like he was hanging out here. There's a sort of on the bunk. It looks like there's a circular area that's been depressed. Maybe it was resting there. And there's also a doorway that continues on.
Okay. Are there any weapons that I imagine Luther might be proficient with, or I've seen him use rather?
I mean, you see like long poles that are there, but
Okay.
you think a hammer probably will do him better.
Okay.
Back in the insect idol room, are you guys doing anything, or are you just hiding as best you can?
Huh. So we see this thing in the room, right?
Yeah, it's just a disjointed pile of human parts, basically, but it has some sort of intelligence to it.
I look over towards Sergei. What do you think we should do?
I'm not sure. Well, it is just sitting there. It's
Maybe
kind of freaky.
Yes, I agree.
Well, maybe something strange, freaky too. Let's just start chanting Mother and walk towards it.
Right.
As you guys are discussing things, some of the limbs detach, and they'll start to climb over and under some of the stone seats that are there.
Well, it is at weakened point now. It only has few arms now. It's now or never.
Right. Fortune favors the bold.
Sergei just steps right out and says, Mother. Mother.
As soon as Sergei steps out, it definitely reacts. It sort of sits, if you can call it sitting, straight upwards. It seems to get slightly taller. Some of the fists start to like clench, and you hear like cracking knuckles. Some of those extra limbs that started to move away are starting to crawl back with their fingers and drag themselves towards the main torso. And it sort of just starts lurching towards you guys. Alright, so once you guys...
Okay, so that didn't seem to work too well.
Why do you guys roll me a d6 for initiative? See this first.
Alright. I got a 6.
Okay.
I rolled a 6 as well.
Well, just one per side. So 6
okay.
it is. I got a 2. So this thing is lurching. Those extra parts that ran off of it are starting to crawl back towards them. But yeah, you guys have initiative. So yeah, what do you guys do?
Who's closest?
I think Sergei stepped out first.
Yeah.
Okay. So I just pull my sword out from underneath my cloak and just slash at it.
Okay, give me an attack.
Okay, so I rolled a 9 plus 5, so that's a 14.
14, you just hit.
Okay.
So go ahead and do your thing.
Let's see. Okay, so he does 10 points of damage. He comes in with his shield in front of him, his sword held out behind him as he just carefully steps foot over foot, and he just swings his arm in overhead fashion, just slashes down on it, does 10 points of damage.
Okay, so A horrible gash will appear on one of the limbs, probably the side of its thigh, and blood is like dripping out of it. Although it doesn't seem as runny as you're used to blood seeing, like how it acts. It's sort of it's more coagulated or something.
Dead man's blood.
So, Luther, you're next.
Okay. Does it appear to be moving on its two lower arms?
It is it sort of rolls and moves. There really doesn't seem like there's an upright position. The head is sort of above this mass of writhing limbs, however. So.
Okay, I'm going to charge at it and swing the hammer down on top of its head.
Okay.
That's my goal.
All right. Go ahead, make me an attack.
Okay. All right, that's.
And remember to add your attack bonus and your strength bonus.
Right. That will give me an 18 in total.
Okay, that'll hit.
What do I roll for the damage for the...
Well, the hammer, it's heavy. I'm going to say a D8.
Right.
Plus strength.
And thus the hammer comes down for a mighty 3.
Okay. All right, so you hear like a little bone crack. I think you might have cracked into its cheekbone, perhaps. So Tavis, you hear the creature scream, and there's battle ensuing. The sound of heavy hammers meeting flesh and bone. What do you do?
Well, the first thing he's actually worried about after receiving the jolt of the awful noise is whether this other door in this room would lead to more guards' quarters. And he's wondering is there any sound coming from the other side of it?
Okay. You can lean up against the door and listen if you want.
I think he just wants to give it a quick listen. So he's not going to necessarily lean up and listen, but just if he can sense anything, just spur of the moment.
You don't think that you hear anything right now.
Okay. Then he's going to run towards the room the others are in and draw his crossbow.
I believe you already had the crossbow out.
He had the man-catcher out.
Oh, the man-catcher. Okay. All right, so you run in. I'll let you shoot if you want. That's fine.
Okay.
You bound into the room, lower your crossbow, and fire. Just don't roll a 1.
Okay, that's good to know. Well, I didn't roll a 1. 11.
11 total. That's what you got.
Yes.
Okay. So your crossbow bolt goes clattering into the stone seats that are behind it, but alas, it misses.
Lovely.
All right. So this thing is, screaming right in your face. It's moving up towards you guys. Let's see here. One of the arms reaches out for Sergey. Actually, find the place here. Ooh. What is your armor class, Sergey?
20.
20. Okay. So one of its arms basically just sort of like hurls itself in your direction, detaching from the base. Its fingers are sort of squirming and writhing as they go right towards you. Okay, it seems like it's got you. It's got you like by the neck, sort of. It's sort of trying to get down into like beneath your armor. Let's see here. And then something very strange happens. That thing where reality shifts or warps happens, and all of a sudden, Sergey has another limb. It has burrowed itself into the side of his armor. It's almost like the hand was reaching at your neck, and then the reality shifted, and now you have another arm that's coming out of the side of your rib cage. You feel like a pulling, a tearing of skin, and there's something almost in your stomach. It's dug that far into you. So you have this other limb now that is just sort of thrashing and writhing all over the place. just making it very hard to really do anything.
What the freaking hell? He just stumbles back looking at it in complete surprise.
Yeah, so you have a third arm that's basically like a dead man's arm that's freaking out, coming out of the side of your stomach. And ooh,
wonderful.
Okay, all right, another arm flies out, and I actually rolled a 20. This one goes after Luther, and I have to find my 30-sided dice. Let's see here. All right, where's the house rules tab? So this arm flies over. It sort of like smacks you like right in the chest, and it grabs onto the front, maybe a little indentation or something, an ornamentation on your armor. It doesn't seem like it's getting through it first, and then reality warps and shifts again. And let's see what happens here. All right, okay. So this thing just appears out of the center of your chest, and it starts to like smack you in the face, making it very difficult really to do anything. But it's not like hurting you. It's just really irritating you. Like it's just like almost like a child's hand slapping you and moving you around. So I'm roll a d6.
Did that do any damage or hurt it?
No, it's more. It's not a hard slap to Luther's face. It's just, I don't know. It's just sort of just writhing and moving in all kinds of different directions.
What about my arm?
No, your arm didn't.
My arm do?
No damage at all either.
Oh, okay.
Luther's going to have a look of disbelief as he just this arm slapping him in the face. It's the look of really is this happening?
And the strange thing is, it's coming right out of your plate mail armor. It's almost like it just burrowed the base of the arm into your chest.
Okay, I rolled a 3 for initiative.
All right, I actually rolled a 6 this time. All right, so another arm goes sailing, this time at Tavis. Ooh. It misses. It sort of clatters, slaps into the insect idol, and then it'll start to crawl down. Another one. Whew. This one misses as well. This one was going after Sergei. Another limb comes like hurling itself off the base, sort of flops. You probably maybe duck, and it goes over your shoulder and it kind of rolls and tumbles onto the ground. So you guys are up. You have this arm that's hitting into you. It's going to give you a -2 to do anything. It's just it's unbalancing. It gets in the way. It hits into you.
Sergei has that particularly insane look in his eye at the point, and he's just screaming at the top of his lungs. But he's able to collect himself, and he once again swings at the creature. Kill the creature, maybe arm die.
Okay. Give me an attack. Just remember you have a -2 penalty.
Okay. I rolled a 19, actually.
Oh, nice.
So 19 minus 2 is 17, plus 5 is 23.
That'll hit.
Or 22.
That'll still hit.
Okay.
It's a 14.
Okay. And does 6 points of damage.
6. Okay, so you crack into another limb. Maybe an arm falls off, so it sort of rides on the ground a few seconds and then stops moving. Luther, you have this hand slapping you in the face, and an arm just flew over Sergei's head and missed Tavis as well. It seems like these arms are just going to keep hurling themselves at you.
How many arms does the main creature have left?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right. It looks like it has 7 arms left.
Oh my goodness.
Good lord. Sergei's just screaming, kill it, kill it, kill it, kill it, kill it, kill it, kill it.
Luther is just gonna waylay into it. He's gonna discard his shield and just grab it with both hands with his hammer and just start going down on the head again.
Okay.
And I rolled alright, that's a 21 for my attack.
Okay.
And I got 6 damage out of it.
Alright, nice. So it crunches down into it. You see the side of its face. You see splattered the eye, and there's sort of this like dark gray material that's coming out of it. Okay.
Yeah, I hold back a look of disgust while the hand is still slapping my face.
Okay.
Obviously.
Perhaps you're trying to like look left, look right, and it's just writhing randomly. It's like, there's no pattern to it, it seems. Okay, so Tavis, what do you do this time?
How did you say this room was lit?
I don't think I did, but
okay.
We'll just say that there's torches around the corners of the room.
All right. And did you say something about a rug?
Yes, there is a rug on the floor, and there are tapestries on the walls, all of which are blood splattered.
Is this creepy corpse creature on the rug?
Let's see here. We're going to say yes.
Okay. Tavis is going to be as obvious as he can about the idea that everyone should get out of here while picking up a torch and lighting the rug on fire.
Okay. Are you going to just throw it on the rug? Is that what you're doing?
Yeah, sure. He'll try and get it kind of centralized around the creature, I guess.
Okay, why don't you just roll an attack roll, like a ranged attack roll.
All right.
So add base attack.
11.
Okay. You throw it on the rug. You don't get near the creature too much, but it does seem like you caught a small section of the rug on fire. All right.
Let's get out of here, folks.
Sergey, your left. He said there's one arm that's out of your side, and one missed you.
Oh, didn't I attack already?
Was that this round? Geez, maybe you did. Is this?
I attacked twice so far.
Oh, okay. And Luther had his. All right, is it? I guess it gets to attack then. Man, is it the next?
Well, it attacked first.
Let's roll initiative because I think I got a little lost there.
Okay.
So, okay, I got a 1 that time, so you guys are first. Who feels like rolling it?
I guess I'll roll it this time. Oh yes, another 6.
Okay, you guys are first. So the rug is starting to burn.
I will.
Sergey's still screaming, "Kill it, kill it, kill it!" And he just. Oh, go ahead.
I will. Is it on fire at this point? The rug?
The rug is on fire, but it's not on fire close to the creature yet.
Okay.
So the arms are writhing around. Let's see here. There are 7 arms left on the creature. There's 1 arm behind Sergey that's moving, 1 arm on his side that's moving, and Luther, you have the 1 arm hit you in the face. And I added Zig to the call. So
hey, I kill, I attack it.
All right. So here's how we're going to set this up. Zig, I had Rayhan vanish in the night, and he took a large section of human torso with him. So I don't know if you want to play that as you did that of your own volition or you did that sleepwalking. I'll leave that totally up to you. But you feasted well last night. So they are in a room that is sort of this insect god sanctuary. There's rugs on the ground. There's rugs on the wall that are covered in blood. There's like this giant insect symbol that's there on those places. They are fighting this cobbled together thing of human hands and arms, this torso that kind of keeps it all together, a spine that's jutting out of the top with a head that's like stuck sideways on it. And you're going to see Sergey has one of these dead arm things in his side, writhing and slapping all over the place. You're going to see Luther, who is this knight friend that you had a long time ago that you haven't seen. He has an arm jutting out of the center of his chest, and it's smacking him in the face. Tavis is there with a crossbow, or not a crossbow. He's running out of the room probably at this point, towards you. So you come into this very chaotic scene. Yeah, and I think it's actually...
and the rug is on fire.
The rug is on fire, but not near the creature.
Does it look like we're winning?
That's debatable.
If you consider having arms running out of your side, debatable. Or winning.
So, just for shits and giggles, let's have Rayhan go first. So you come across this scene. Like I said, Luther has an arm growing out of the side of him. Sergei has an arm growing out of the side of him. Tavis looks like he just threw a torch and the carpet's on fire.
And the carpet is under the creature?
The carpet is under the creature, but it's not feeling the effects of the flames yet.
Okay. I'll rush in there. You'll probably see that my chin is like a little gory from having eaten a chest. And my neck is a little gory. I tried to brush it off my armor, but kind of unsuccessfully. My hands would be red, but they'd be gripping a rapier now. As I'm rushing in. And as I rush in, I'll say, you've started the party without me, and I'll try to stab this creature, if I can get to it.
Yeah, sure. Yeah. Burst in the room and stab away.
Yeah. I got a 16, so that's 17.
Okay. That's plenty good.
And the damage, I got a 5.
5. All right, so he stabs through it, the spine of the neck, and it sort of gets between two of the vertebrae. Maybe you like tilts it to one side, and you hear a and the head is sort of just sort of dangling there, like bouncing off the side of the torso. Okay, so that was Rayhan. Who feels like going next?
I'll roll. Oh, I rolled a 1.
Oh no.
Alrighty. Where's my dice at? There it is. We get to roll on the fumble table.
Oh, wonderful.
12. Let's see here. Heal. Okay, this is the weird table I'm using. The next time you heal at half the normal rate, and healing spells, I don't think anybody can cast anymore, have the minimum effect until you're fully healed. So for some reason...
Not too bad.
Alright.
So healing at half.
And healing spells are, the minimum. But like I said, I don't
That's
think...
just for the next time?
Just until you're fully healed, and then that goes away.
Okay.
Alright. So Sergei went. Luther, you right there?
Alright,
The carpet is starting to catch fire.
Are there any chairs in the room? Right?
There are those stone pews.
I'm looking for something wooden here.
No, not too much.
Uh-oh. Is there any fabrics?
Well, there are
like besides the carpet?
There's the tapestries on the walls.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's even better. Okay. I'll run all over and I'll throw my hammer on the ground real quick, and I will go ahead and grab the tapestry, and I'll rip it down, and then I'm going to use it to toss over the creature. And then the plan here is to let the fire consume the creature while the tapestry is on it, while it's entangled at the same time.
Okay, so tapestry off the wall, put it on top of them. Are you going to hold the tapestry in place, or just throw it on them?
I was just going to throw it on them, hoping that it will just kind of entangle a little bit.
Okay. Let's see here. Why don't you just roll under dexterity, just yank it off the wall.
Gotcha.
Maybe make a ranged attack to sort of spin it, hurl it on top of the creature.
Oh, I got 1 over my dexterity.
All right, so we'll say that you give a good tug on the tapestry. Half of the attachments that's keeping it on the wall tear free, but there's still one more left that it's holding it in place. You know what? If you still want to try to hurl it, the edge, you could probably hurl the edge at it. So just
how big is the edge exactly?
The whole tapestry is about 20 feet wide. So we'll say about 10 feet of it you think could land on top of it, or you can just take another turn to keep yanking.
No, I'll try to throw that 10 feet.
Okay, give me a ranged attack.
All right. That's a 15 in total.
Okay, so the tops of the edge of the tapestry that's attached to the wall does get over the creature. It looks like it is getting entangled in some fashion. All right, and who's left? We have Tavis, I believe. So Tavis, no one else is leaving the room.
All right, guys. There's a corner over here we may be able to find safety.
I have arm growing out of side.
Yeah, good luck with that. Tavis ducks back into the guard room.
Okay.
And I think he's going to reload his crossbow in there.
Okay, that's fair. So are you keeping the doorway open and kind of keeping an eye on things? Like
yes.
Reloading the crossbow, like looking at them?
I think he's leaning against the other door in the room that leads to an unknown territory, and reloading his crossbow against that while looking up towards the fracas.
Okay. Now it's the creature's turn. The arms that are attached to you start to get a little bit more violent now. The one on Sergei tries to reach up and he grabs an ear and tries to rip it off. Oh, jeez. All right, Sergei does not have his left ear anymore. The clutching fingers have reached up, grabbed hold of the tissue, and just yanked violently downwards.
My ear! You filthy creature!
You're going to take 5 damage from the ear rippage. And the one on Luther, punching him in the face, it's more of an annoyance. It doesn't seem like it's trying to hurt you. It looked like it was trying to pull out one of your eyes or something, but it didn't actually do that. The the arm that missed Tavis is starting to drag itself / roll or flop over top of each other to get to him. So it flops into that back room where you're at and tries to attack you. What's your armor class, Tavis?
Oh, his AC would be 12.
Okay, so the arm flips, and then sort of like lunges forward at the very end, and oh. You guys still there?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm here.
There's some weird sort of feedback or something. But the arm will attach on Tavis's leg. It starts to flop and flip everywhere, so you're going to have a -2 to any sort of action or attack, really.
Oh, good.
So yeah, it's basically jutting out of the top of your right thigh. All right, and the other arm that missed Sergei is going to try to do the same thing. It's going to flip-flop and lunge itself at his back. And, it's close, but it misses. So, Sergei, you thought this second arm was going to just attach itself to the center of your back, but it just flew over your shoulder. And the creature that's underneath the carpet tries to get free, and it's thoroughly entangled. So, another D6. Who feels like rolling it?
I'll roll.
Okay.
I rolled a 2.
I rolled a 3. So, all right.
Don't let me roll anymore. I'm not rolling for rolls.
Other Tim's not allowed to roll initiative from now on. Okay. All right. So, wow. So the one arm that's on Sergei attacks again and misses. This time it looks like he's going for his other ear. The one that jumped over him flops and slaps into his leg but misses. The one arm that's attached to Luther tries to attack. And same thing. This time it looked like he was trying to pull off your armor, but it failed. The arm attached to Tavis just is annoying. It's flopping and flapping everywhere. And the creature is still thoroughly entangled, so it's a good thing you threw that rug on top of it. However, you start to see that it looks like the arms are moving out from the base. It looks like they're... Imagine if there were 10 snakes underneath the carpet. That's kind of what it looks like. They're moving out to try to get out from under it. But the flames have now caught onto the top tapestry. And you start to hear that screaming noise that it made when it first saw you. And it's catching on fire. So, it's back to you guys. Who feels like going first?
I'll go first. Well, how far did the flame spread? Is it close to me or?
It's you guys are pretty much right there by the creature.
Yeah.
So you feel the heat of the tapestry that's burning and the rug, but it's not like it's close to you, but you don't think it's going to engulf you or anything.
Okay. Do I have like a supernatural fear to fire?
No, you don't actually.
Okay, good. Thank God. I'll stab it. 14 to hit it.
Okay, yeah. With it being pinned underneath the rug, it's not a problem.
And 4 damage.
4 damage. Let's see here. All right. So he stabs it, and it looks like probably half of the limbs that are writhing under the carpet stop moving, but the other half still do.
Nice.
So it seems to be whatever he did seems to have done something good. Sergey and Luther, what do you guys do?
I will. Let's see. So the creature's on fire now. It's.
Yeah, it's the rug's on fire under it. The tapestry's on fire above it. Arms are trying to get out, but now half of them have stopped moving. Yeah.
I think at this point I'll just back away in the safest position away from it, and I will beckon Sergey over. I will say, "Come forth from it! Let the fire finish it off!"
Sergey he tries to grab the arm by the wrist
Oh, okay.
that ripped his ear off.
Are you going to try to just hold it in place, or are you trying
Well, he's going to grab it with one hand. He's going to try to chop it off with the other.
Oh,
with his
nice.
sword.
Okay. Maybe an attack.
Okay. I rolled a 19.
Okay, you hit it. Okay, here's a GM question for you. How many hit points do you have left?
Me, I'm at 14.
14. Okay, hit away.
Oh no. Okay, I did 4 points of damage.
Okay, you do 4 points of damage to yourself.
Okay.
If you cut your own arm off, that's kind of how this thing works. It's yours. It does come off, however.
Okay.
So you have this, this bloody chunk that, is in your side. And as you cut it off, the bits of it that were inside your rib cage tumble out onto the ground.
Oh,
so you have,
wonderful.
You have this giant hole, like an arm-shaped hole in the side of your armor, and
So
inside
it's
you can see.
Stump of an arm.
You almost have the. It's not really a stump. It's like it's almost like if someone got like a large tin can and dug it into your side about 3 inches, and then removed all that bits of flesh that it cut into. That's what it looks like.
Oh, beautiful.
Ugh.
I mean, that's still better than having a stump of arm waving around on the side of my arm.
Trying to rip into you.
Yeah.
Okay, so Luther, you did all that stuff. There wasn't any action that you really did, right? Are you trying to do something similar, like stop the arm, or?
I want to grab onto it and just kind of stop it from just holding it still for the moment, because he's not going to know what to do with it right away.
All right, why don't you just roll under strength on that one then, just to try to keep it in place. I think you're probably gonna do all right.
Oh, I got 9 over strength.
Okay. All right. So Luther is trying to stop this hand from hitting him in the face. It must be, I don't know, it must be slippery or something. It just, no matter how many times he tries to grab it, it just writhes and twists and yanks in various strange directions, and he just can't get a hold of it.
He will be cursing and saying, "Blasted arm, you wicked thing! Just stop it! Stop it! Stop it! Stop it!"
Geez, I keep getting lost. I keep getting lost in the descriptions. I can't remember what has to go next. Did Tavis go yet?
No, he is not.
Okay.
This man catcher, it's kind of a noose-like thing, right?
Yeah, it's like a long pole with like something that would catch like rabid dogs. That's kind of what it looks like.
Okay.
Get around their necks.
And does it like cinch shut?
Yeah, there's like a rope on the side that you pull it shut.
Okay, I think he's going to frantically grab for that and try to sort of slip it around his newfound arm like a tourniquet and pull it tight.
Okay, all right. That works. Just make me an attack roll.
Okay. Oh, that would be 19.
Okay, so you have to sort of hold it closer. Like you're probably holding like in the middle of it, just so that it actually, you can get it over the wrist. But you pull the rope shut, and so you have this like 6-foot section of wood above you. You're holding on to it. You yank that rope shut, and your hand, you probably wrapped it around the wrist of your newfound arm that's coming out of your thigh.
I think he'd try as close to his body as he can.
Oh, okay. So you're trying to grab it around the base?
Yeah, I think he's just trying to cut off circulation.
Oh, okay, that's interesting. All right, so yeah, you pull it shut like a tourniquet.
Yeah.
All right. I think you want to rate Rayhan, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Supposed to go.
Well, I think that's everybody. So who feels like rolling initiative again?
Not me.
I'll do it. All right. Here we go. Oh, it's a 3.
All right, I actually got a 1, so you guys got lucky.
Yes.
All right, so Sergey now is armless. Well, he has 2 arms. Why don't we just go in order here? So how about Rayhan? What do you do?
We were told to leave and let this creature burn, so I will try to pull my sword out and make my way to the entrance, or to where everyone else is.
Okay, he sort of exited through a back door.
Oh. Would that be visually... would I be able to see it?
Well, you just saw him retreat back that way, so...
I will skid around and move that way.
Okay, you run around the giant insect idol statue that has little bells off of it, and duck into this what looks like a guard room, barracks sort of thing, and there's a doorway that goes further on. All right.
Is the doorway open?
The doorway to get into this room is open. The doorway to the next room is closed.
Perfect. So I follow suit. I leave.
Okay, so Rayhan and Tavis are in the guard room. Sergey.
Okay, so Sergey is looking rather horrid. He has half the arm in his hand, and he's just shaking violently. His eyes wide open. So he retreats back. He puts his sword away and pulls out his bow.
Okay.
He retreats back towards the ant statue.
Okay. All right, that's fine. And then Luther.
He puts his sword away.
Okay, yeah, so you tuck the sword, draw, and knock. Okay. Luther, you're left. It seems like the flames are gathering pretty well. Both the carpet and the tapestry are well on fire now. There is some movement underneath, and there are a few arms that are scattered around. There was the one that was attacking Sergey, and I guess that was it, really. That's the only thing that's not burning at the moment.
I will make my way to Travis and Rayhan.
Okay, so it sounds like everyone sort of ducks away.
Yeah.
Okay.
Is that arm still trying to go for me, or?
Yeah. Well, you guys all. Yeah, it's going to. Yeah. So. Okay. So are you going to try to grab it again as you're moving? Okay.
Yeah. I definitely want to try that.
All right.
All right. This time I got 6 points under.
Okay. So this time you grab a hold of it. You're clutching onto it. It's trying to get free, but it doesn't. Its turn goes. It basically burns to death. So, Luther, you're going to have a dead arm. Well, I guess it was kind of dead already, but it's no longer moving. It sort of just like slumps in your grip. It's not resisting anymore. And the arm that is attached to Tavis's thigh does the same thing. It stops moving, stops writhing. It just sort of becomes dead weight.
Well, that's good.
Am I able to pull it out?
It's up to you.
I will attempt to pull it out. I'll just.
All right. Why don't you just roll under strength to try to rip your own arm off?
All right. I got 4 underneath this time.
Okay, let's roll. I guess like a d6. All right, you lose 3 damage as you rip this thing out of it. It feels like your skin's being torn. The pain of like a broken arm kind of momentarily hits you, but Yeah, you have a armed shaped hole in your armor and in your skin. Like I said, it's like 2 inches deep.
Oh, I bend over and I'm just God, God.
Some blood's probably running down the front of your plate mail.
Oh, I throw the wretched thing to the floor and I just start ripping off little bits of clothing and clogging it up as best as I can.
Okay.
I'll lean up against the wall afterwards, panting heavily.
So you're all staying around a guard shack, and Tavis is the only one left that has an extra appendage.
Oh, great. Well, as much as I feel special right now, I think Tavis is going to just make one extra tug to make sure that the man catcher is cinched around that arm, and then pull out. I think he still has the knife from when they were fighting in the kitchen.
Yeah, probably a fillet knife.
Yeah, gonna try and skillfully take that thing off.
Okay, so you're gonna cut your own arm off.
Yes.
Why don't you roll under dexterity?
All right. Yes, it's a 2.
All right, so you're delicate, and you rolled like a 2? That's what you rolled?
Mm-hmm.
All right, That's not too bad. I'll roll like a lower number then. All right, so you managed to extricate the unwanted appendage, and you take 2 damage.
That's reasonable. He's very satisfied with his workmanship.
You start to hear bells ringing, but not the bells of the insect statue. It sounds like large bells, like an alarm. Pow, pow, pow.
Can we tell from where?
It sounds like further into the complex. Not really where you're headed, but back the way you came.
Okay.
We've got to get out of here. This place crazy.
You'll get no arguments from me.
Lead the way.
Well, I don't know where it is.
There's a door right here. Let's see if there's anything further in. I wasn't hearing anything too strange anyway.
I'll check the door for traps just to see if there's any kind of spring thing on it.
Okay.
Roll to 3, so I succeed.
You actually think there is one.
Ooh.
It looks like the floor, this room that you're at, will give way if you open it without getting rid of the trap.
Okay, I have a sudden, like, oh my god, panicked face, and I look back at the group, and I'll say, stand still.
Tinkering is used for this, right?
Yeah, tinkering, yeah. Mm-hmm. Actually, we have 2 specialists in the group now, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Excellent. What do I know if it's tinkering?
It sounded funny or something, I don't know.
Yeah, if we know each other, do I know he's better than me at tinkering, so I step back?
What I'm saying is you guys could probably both work together if you wanted.
Let's work together.
That would be great.
Move aside.
So, how many pips do you have in tinkering, Isaac?
4.
And how many do you have?
5 on a 6.
Oh, wow. Okay, so
Sweet.
I'm going to say... Oh, geez, here. Let me think here. Why don't you both roll a d6 and tell me what you get?
Okay. 1.
Oh, nice.
And I rolled a 5, so I would have failed if I did this one myself.
Okay, with both of you working together, you managed to disable the trap. It seemed like it was some sort of pit trap or something like that.
Okay. I look, like, sweaty. My face will look sweaty, and I'll glance over at you. What's your character's name again? Sorry.
Tavis?
Yep. Tavis? Okay. Okay. I'll look at Tavis kind of like, oh, thank God you're here kind of way. As the door opens.
Okay, the door opens. There's a small, sort of narrow hallway. It's probably about 5 feet wide. It goes straight ahead. There's a doorway to the right that is ornate and covered in various small silk pitchers. It's almost like they're crafted. They're sort of stitched together and then painted elaborately with various flowers. And then there's a doorway straight ahead. Looks like just a pretty standard door.
The elaborate door, again, I'll check if it traps as we're deciding where to go.
Okay.
Davis is going to ditch the man catcher, of course. It's a little
Okay.
awkward otherwise.
Succeeded on a 2.
You don't think that it's trapped, but it definitely looks locked. There is a pretty big lock on the door itself.
Does this lock? Is it like a keyhole? Can I look through it?
Yeah, it has a keyhole.
I'll look through it to see what's on the other side.
Right. Let's see here. Where's that? Sorry. Flip. There's a large bed, table and chair, all of them look extravagant. On the table is a platter of half-eaten food, various body parts. There is chewed apples and half-eaten carrots. Let's see here.
I want to get in there.
You'll see a head of another woman that is. It looks like it's been recently removed, and it's on a platter. But you see the eyes moving.
Oh.
You see 2 books that are stacked up on the table. One of them is sort of open on top of the other. Let's see. You see a woman. She is old, but she has a very ornate dress on. It looks like, very high craft. Lots of stitching. There's lots of designs on it. There's a sort of a flower motif to it. And she looks like she's looking at the door.
Okay. I will quietly move back to the group, gesture towards the door, and say, I believe that there's a witch in there. There's an old woman looking at the door.
Must be mother.
There was one of the things, she had a very ample bosom.
She has a very big, and I'll do a hand gesture. Not that the
We must see old woman with big boobs.
Are you sure?
I put arrow through her eye.
Oh God.
If she is in here, she is evil. I don't care how big her bosoms are at this point. Maybe later.
I'll grin and I'll proceed to lockpick that door.
Tavis, I guess, will be there in case anything goes wrong.
I'll look back at Tavis, actually, trying to remember times where we both picked up the same door and he got it while I didn't. Again, trying to see if his skill is bigger than me.
Sergey might remember that he has a ring of keys.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Oh, here, try keys. He pulls out his janitor ring of keys.
I'll put the key to the lock and open. If the right key is on this ring.
Alright, so you start gingerly sliding keys in, trying to get them to. Oh, that one doesn't fit. Oh, no, not that one either. Also, there's about 20 keys on the ring.
I think Tavis is going to just move his hand aside and pick the lock himself, thinking it will be faster than trying every key.
I'll grin at him again.
All right, give me a roll.
Alright. 4, so, yes.
Alright. so you sort of just brush Rayhan aside, just, you hear a little click, and seems like it's opened.
While they're doing that, I go to Luther and hand him my shield. Says, I am not going to use shield, I'm going to shoot from far away. You use shield.
Thank you. I will put this to good use.
Very good.
You're gonna ditch your platter? It was so majestic.
Yes, but the platter wasn't becoming of someone in my position.
All right. Those that had arms attached to them need to make a save versus spell.
Oh.
So
That's my worst saving throw.
that was Sergey and Luther, I believe. Oh no, I guess Tavis did as well.
So
Yep.
save versus magic.
Yeah, save versus magic.
I rolled an 8. That's a fail.
It's okay.
We got to roll over, right?
You have to roll that one or over. That's correct.
Oh, phew. I was panicking because I rolled a 20. I was like, it's supposed to be under? Oh.
I've got a 19, so I think I'm okay.
Okay. Let's see here. All right. So those that failed, is that just Sergey?
Yeah, just me.
Okay, Sergey. You have the strong inclination to, maybe not, no. Your mind does not want to attack your fellow party members, but your body does. So, your body is possessed or controlled. Let's see here. Let me roll a random number here. Okay. You are going to fire on Rayhan with your bow.
Can I still talk?
Yeah. You could role play the shit out of it.
Look out! My arms are not responding to me. Look out!
Twang. So make an attack roll. And what's Rayhan's armor class?
My armor class is
Against ranged weapons.
Against range 17.
So try to kill Rayhan there, Sergey.
Okay, so fortunately I only had 14 total.
Okay. So an arrow goes clattering past your head and bounces off the wall and falls on the ground.
What are you doing?
I cannot control.
Get him on the ground, guys. Tavis just whips out some manacles from his pack.
Wow, that was creepy as hell.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
No, that's awesome.
He's just like...
All right.
I do not like sound of that.
So Tavis, what do you do?
You're wrong guy.
You pull out the manacles?
Yeah, and hope that he can work with the others to get him in a position where they're usable.
Okay. All right, Luther, what do you do?
I will grab him, and I will just try to hold him down from behind.
Okay.
Oh dear.
So, how about you roll under strength, and Tim, why don't you roll under strength for Sergey? So you get slower.
Fortunately, I'm still weakened from the other thing.
Oh, I got 3 over.
Okay.
I rolled a 5.
All right, so Luther tries to feebly grasp hold of Sergey from behind and fails. What does Rayhan do?
Man, the door's open.
The door is unlocked. It's not open yet.
Oh, okay, perfect. Shit. I'll try to grapple his bow away, I guess.
I'm sorry, you're going to try to what?
Grapple the bow away if you use the bow
okay.
to shoot.
You just want to grab it, or do you want to knock it out of the way?
I just want to grab it so he can't fire with it.
All right. How about you just make a melee attack roll?
Okay. Nope. I failed that. I got a 3.
Okay, so this is going to be funny because I'm not going to roll initiative here. Tim, you're going to roll initiative for Sergey.
Okay.
You 3 other guys need to roll initiative for your side.
I rolled a 5. Now I start rolling well.
Glorious.
Who feels like rolling initiative for the rest of you guys?
I guess I will. I'll go ahead and do it. I got the 3.
All right, Sergey, try to kill somebody else.
Okay, since they're all in close to him, he can't really draw his bow. He just swats at who's... I'll just roll randomly.
What weapon do you have?
Just the bow.
Oh, you just said that? You gave this...
Well, the bow... my sword is in its sheath.
Okay, we're going to say that you draw your sword and attack.
Okay.
Let's see here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Looks like Tavis.
Can I do that all in one turn?
Yeah,
Draw and attack?
and swing.
Okay. Oh, I roll a 25.
I would say that hits.
All right. As the specialty trait that I just recently gave out of deadly motherfucker to Sergey takes place here. So go ahead and roll your damage and multiply it by.
Okay. So he rolls a total of 10.
Oh man! So Tavis takes 10.
And he may or may not be dead. Depending.
Oh wait a minute! Did I tell you guys to heal up from last time? I don't think I did.
No.
Okay, you guys heal up a D3 worth of damage, so that'd be.
Oh, okay.
It might be Rayhan too if he was hurt. I can't remember last time.
I was hurt.
So that puts me back up at 13.
So like half of a D6.
Yeah. Well, that's a good time to roll a 1. Yeah, so he's still. I'm sorry.
Do I heal up as well?
I don't. Oh, that was they slept the night.
Okay, gotcha.
And I mean, yeah, not since. Yeah, the stuff that happened today happened today. So.
Okay, gotcha.
That's still good. All right. This is probably another good time to point out that Tavis has the bloody hands of healing ability.
Does he know how to use that?
We're going to say that he has a moment of inspiration.
Oh.
So,
okay.
So
well then, I imagine he will clutch his chest in pain.
Okay, yeah, maybe this is how he finds this out. How many hit points do you have now?
Okay. Let's see. I think, well, he would have had 8. So 8 minus 20. We're looking at negative 12.
Well, it was
20?
No, it was just 10 total. Yeah, 10.
Oh, I thought it was 10 multiplied by 20.
It was 5 doubled.
Oh,
no, the total was
okay.
10.
All right.
So let's say as you're falling down, you slap your hand on that exposed section of thigh, or you said you grabbed to your chest, whatever. Go ahead and roll me a d10. So as your own blood mixes with your skin there, and you guys are going to see that his hands are bleeding, like the palms of both of his hands are just blood red.
That was an 8.
All right. So you would have fallen unconscious, but your ability saved you. Yeah, it took me a while to get some special abilities for Sergey and Tavis, but I did do that today. Also, you have Sneaky Bastard, Tavis, so you get plus 2 pips to stealth. I should have mentioned that before. Sorry. All right, so that just happened. So Tavis is probably laying on the ground, but he's now, he's still conscious.
So after he slashes at Tavis, Sergey yells, "Look out!"
Davis says weakly, "Thanks."
So Rayhan, what do you do in response to this?
Oh man, I tried to disarm him. I don't know. Man, I tried to disarm him. I'll use my. Hell, I'll have to draw my weapon. No, I can't. Man, what kind of weapon do you have? A broadsword?
Me, I just have a short sword.
A short sword? Okay, I guess that's disarmable with a rapier.
Yeah, I'd say so. How about you just make like an attack roll? That's fine.
Yeah, I'll make an attack roll. Oh my god, man, 10. That's 10 damage?
No, it's not gonna work. Alright. Luther. It looks like he probably would have killed Tavis if. That was really violent.
Oh boy, I'm going to try to grapple him again.
Okay. I just said that was an attack roll last time, right? Or was it strength? Strength.
No, yeah, it was strength.
Yep. Sergey, why don't you roll strength? See if you get your body resists.
I got.
Do I need to roll lower?
Yeah, you want to roll below strength, and I'll just compare the results.
Okay, I rolled 1 over.
Okay.
I got 2 points over.
All right. So Luther proves to be one of the most ineffectual knights you've ever seen. He can't subdue Sergey's uncontrollable body. All right, Tavis, you're laying on the ground, and something sort of miraculous just happened. You felt energy sort of flow into your veins, and then sort of enter yourself, and you get the feeling that you would have died if that had not happened.
That's rather incredible. Do I have any sense that it's coming from my hands?
I'm going to say you felt that feeling start from the bloody handprint that you have on your chest and thigh.
Aha. Alright, I think that Jameis is just going to stumble backwards across the floor, clutching all of his wounds. In shock.
Okay. Alright, you guys have to roll initiative again. You know what? I'll let Sergey make another save versus spell or magic.
Oh, okay.
Magic, just to see if
Not
he
like
can
it's
sort
gonna help much, but roll a 6. I'd have to roll considerably higher than that.
3?
Oh, I rolled a 1 this time.
Yes, you see Sergey's eyes roll up into his head, and a burned symbol of an insect forms on the skin. You actually smell burning flesh, and that symbol sort of crawls or slithers down over his mouth. So Tavis has seen this before, as well as Rayhan. So you know that's not good. All right. I'm sorry. What was the initiative? Did you guys roll that?
I rolled 1 for initiative.
Okay. Somebody for the other side needs to roll as well, just in case it's simultaneous.
All right.
Okay. Oh, you want to roll?
Oh no, you're good. You go ahead and roll.
I rolled a 3.
Okay. So you guys are first. So you see this happening. So we'll just start with Rayon.
Okay.
He's still holding his short sword, and he has that insect symbol over his mouth now.
Oh my god. I'll tackle him. I'll try to pin him, I guess, down to the floor.
Okay, roll under strength. And Tim, roll under strength again, just to sort of try to fend them off.
I rolled under strength. I got a 9. 1 under strength.
One other?
I rolled a 2.
And deflects me like nothing.
Boom! To the ground with you! Rayhan just slumps to the ground, stiff armed by Sergey. Alright, Luther. Do this time.
Okay. He's going to take a deep breath. He's going to grab the hammer, and he's going to hit him in the back of the leg, hoping that it'll just knock him to the ground and give us an advantage to just disable him as quick as possible.
Like back of the knee or something like that.
Okay. Yeah, the back of the knee.
An attack? Ooh,
yep.
Hammer to the knee. That sounds rough.
and I say as I swing it, please forgive me.
Make an attack.
Okay, that's a 24 total.
Oh yeah, that hits.
Definitely.
Oh,
yes, which is just roll damage. It's just straight up damage.
That's 3.
Alright, so you take 3 to the knee.
Oh.
How about you roll under dex to see if you fall over or not?
Unfortunately, that's his best stat. I rolled an 11. In my...
Okay, so Sergey is living up to his bad motherfucker vibe here. He does not fall down. He is a little unsteady, though, so the next time someone tries to take him out, I'll give a little bit of a bonus. Tavis, you see what's going on. What do you do?
Did his bloodied hands seem to have the same effect as he was crawling away?
Oh, you touched yourself again?
Yeah.
Yes. So, yeah, roll another d10.
Wonderful.
And just mechanics-wise, you can do that a number of times a day equal to your level.
Awesome.
Too bad Tavis doesn't still have the man catcher in his hand.
Nope, that's back in the guards' quarters.
All right.
Well.
So, is it initiative again, or is it... Yeah, I think it is. Who feels like rolling this time?
I'll do it this time.
Oh, that's right. And Tim, you got to roll for yourself.
Yeah, I rolled another 5.
I got a 6.
Oh, okay.
Oh, awesome.
So you guys are first. So Sergey is not going down. Is Sergey saying anything else? I don't think I let you say anything last time.
Oh, am I allowed to talk anymore?
Oh, yeah, you're allowed to... oh, that's right. You got the thing over your mouth.
You said, mother.
Yeah, good call. You're probably saying mother right now. I forgot about that. Never mind. Okay.
Mother.
So the white eyes rolled back into his head. He's not falling down. He's resisting all efforts. Rayhan, what do you do this time?
I will leg sweep him to see if I can get him to fall to the ground. Since I got slapped down to the ground with my last attempt, I imagine I'm on the ground. I'm going to look a back kick.
Why don't you just make an attack roll? You can use your strength bonus or your dex bonus, whichever's higher.
I got a dex bonus. So to hit him, I got a 19.
What's your armor class, Tim?
Without shield, it would be 19.
Okay, so you crack right into him. Just roll damage. Maybe like a d6.
D6? 2.
Okay, so you take 2. Sergey takes 2. And you come clattering down to the ground.
Okay.
All right. Luther. He's on the ground.
He's on the ground now?
Yes, he still has a short sword in his hand, though.
Oh, boy.
He's got that symbol over his mouth, whatever that means.
I am going to...
Pull it off.
Yeah, please, pull it off. Oh, mother.
Am I able to rest my knee onto his, like, the wrist where he has a sword? To, like,
sure.
pin it to the ground?
Yeah, you can do that. He's already down. Why don't you just roll under dex to
Okay.
try to just dig your knee into his wrist?
Alright, I got... Let's see, I got 5 points under.
Oh, okay, that's good. So you probably like sort of wrench and sort of roll your knee, and his hand probably opens up. It's painful, and the short sword comes clattering out.
Alright.
Tavis is... Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, you want to say something? So feel free.
Well, I was actually just gonna, like, put my hands on his shoulders, kind of just pin him down, just...
Okay. So digging into his wrist and then pinning him down on his shoulders.
Yeah.
Okay. Tavis is next.
Now, the last time we saw people in this state, they were always treated as surprised, right?
Yes, that's correct.
So can Tavis, despite being kind of weak, can he take advantage of this and very sharply pull Sergei's arm towards his other arm and see if he can get the manacles on?
Oh, yeah, you can do that. Let's see here. You can roll under strength or dexterity, whichever's higher.
Okay.
And I'll give you... just tell me which one you're rolling under and tell me what the total is, and I'll...
I was rolling under dex, and it was a 6.
Okay, you can roll under 12. Because he's pinned down, and yeah. So just, yeah.
It was a 6.
Oh, okay. Well,
My dex is 12, so sorry.
Okay. I see. Never mind. So you get the manacles on. He's pinned down. He's stopped there. The only problem is that you're all there, and something's going to fly out of his mouth. All right, who is going to get blasted with this? Let's see here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Looks like Tavis.
Great.
All right, so out of the insect symbol that's writhing and moving around on Sergei's mouth, out comes this different thing. It's not the same as before. There's sort of a heat. There's just like the air sort of shimmers in front of Tavis there, and it just kind of shimmers right into his face. Make me a save versus just magic.
That's a 7, and my rating is 12. So.
How many hit points do you have?
Right now, 14.
14, okay.
Doing pretty well.
See how poorly or well I roll here. As Tavis's brains get hot. I got 12. So,
I'm still okay.
Yeah, so an intense heat starts to form in the center of your mind. It starts to build and build and build, and it's maddening. You start to just sort of convulse and writhe. Foam starts to come out of your mouth, and blood comes out of your ears and nostrils.
Okay, so I'm not okay.
All right, who feels like roll initiative again?
I will roll. Oh, you do it. You roll better
okay.
than me.
All right.
I'll just
Here
roll
we go.
for you.
I got it too. I got it too.
Roll
All right,
two
Tim.
as well.
Oh, simultaneous. Okay. All right, so someone else is going to get brain boiled here. Let's see here. Looks like it's Rayhan this time.
All right.
Rayhan, roll save versus magic as heat shimmers out of Sergei's face.
I rolled way under.
Okay, under is bad. Yeah, you want to roll above.
Yeah.
All right. Ooh, man. Rayhan takes, what's that? 14 damage.
Oh, thank God we healed. 14 on top of 14. Oh no, that still drops me.
What are you down to? You can get out of the -3.
I was at 12 plus 14 is 26. My max HP is 21, so that brings me 5 over.
Okay, so you're still conscious. Okay. Same thing. There's like foam coming out of your mouth, blood out of your ears and nose, and you're convulsing on the ground. All right. So Tavis is convulsing. Rayhan is convulsing. Luther is the only one left.
Come on, Brave Knights.
That can control himself and do, So this is all happening. You are pinning Sergei still, but just that thing on his mouth it's blasphemous. It's evil.
Oh boy. Do I have a helmet with my plate?
I'm gonna say sure. Yeah.
Okay. This is what I'm going to do. I'm going to take off my plate helm and I'm going to put it on backwards on his head.
Awesome. All right. So you're okay. We're gonna say that we're out of initiative now.
Okay.
Your helmet is on backwards, so that symbol that whatever's coming out of it can't. He's blind. All right. Make another save versus magic, Tim, or Sergei.
It's gonna be a. Let's see.
I'll even give you +4 to the roll.
I'll give 16. Just enough.
Okay. All right. So Sergei comes to. You. The last when your eyes rolled back, that was the last memory you had.
Okay.
Yeah, you feel pain in your wrist, and your knee is hurting like a bastard.
I can't talk because the helmet's over my face.
I look around saying he's trying to struggle free.
So you're talking to the people that are convulsing and have.
Well, I don't know what's happening. I don't see it on my.
Actually, I don't think I was paying attention to my character. Wouldn't have been paying attention. I look behind me and I see them. And I go, oh no.
And you hear bells in the background. Boom. That alarm's still going off.
Great. Well, I'm going to get off of him for now. Not sure if he's still going crazy on us, and I would try to tend to everyone else as best as I can.
Do you go to Rayhan or to Tavis first?
Who's closer?
Oh, just looks like. Oh, I don't know. Just pick. They're both equal.
All right, I will go to
Who's your
Tavis
favorite?
first.
Tavis is your favorite. I like you more. Yeah, I'm gonna All right, so how do you what do you do here? He's convulsing. There's foam coming out of his mouth. There's blood.
Is the blood coming out of his mouth as well?
Yeah, it's like bloody foam. There's blood out of his nose and ears.
Oh boy. Does it look like there's any central wound?
No, it must be within his skull.
Oh boy.
So Sergei, do you what do you do? The person that's
I just try to sit up.
Yeah, okay. So you sit up and.
I try to flick my head backwards to try to get the helmet off my head.
You do a few head banging sort of things, and the comes off.
What is going on? What are you people doing?
You got manacles on your wrists?
Very kinky thing is going on here. I do not know what is happening.
Yeah, you don't remember what happened either. Oh, that's funny.
I'll look back at you wide-eyed and say, what happened is that you started spitting out something wicked it was, and It's hurt and wounded our friends. I don't know if they're going to make it. I don't know what to do, really.
The best thing we can do, I do not know. It would help if I was unmanacled.
I go over and I undo him.
Okay. I think that as you look at them, they need a key that the convulsing person over there, Tavis, probably has.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'll grab the key real quick and go over there and try to undo him as quick as possible.
Okay, so while this is happening, Tavis and Rayhan, you sort of, you feel like you're floating in like a warm liquid. Everything is dark. And then there's this sensation of drinking, of bringing something from somewhere else into yourself. You feel this sensation of it being warm and inviting and comforting. And then the darkness fades away, and there is this gigantic half insect, half old woman thing that is hovering above you, sort of levitating, and its breast is in your mouth, and you can feel this motion of stuff running down the sides of your face.
Nice. So does she look hot or what?
If you're into like 90-year-old half insect chicks,
I'd fight her.
Well, she's got big bosoms.
large, sagging, wrinkled things that are, partially making it hard to breathe. But that's going on. That's this vision or reality. You're not sure. Let's see here. Make me save versus spell again.
Alright, my favorite to roll. I actually succeed that one.
Okay,
By
so
2.
Rayhan has the mental faculties to spit out the nipple that seems like it's all the way down in the back of your throat, down your throat about 8 inches. So this long red pink thing comes spewing out of your mouth. You're probably coughing. Oh, hold on, guys. That's kind of an awkward place to break. Hold on for a second. You guys can just talk.
Sure. This nipple is too big for me.
Tavis got a 20, so I'm assuming it's just the right size.
Nice.
I'll be right back.
Alright.
Okay. Oh, you have to roll high, though, for saving throws, so that should be good.
This is
Yeah.
true.
Oh, man. We need to get out of here.
Yep.
I'm at 8 hit points.
I can still heal 3 more people. Or
Okay.
myself and get almost at full health.
Well, I'm going to be at minimum healing effects for a while because of that crit that I took.
Yeah,
So I'll probably save it for Rayhan and yourself.
that's very noble.
Sorry,
Well,
that guy.
Sergey wouldn't say that, but...
I forgot to put diapers in the diaper bag. I was a bad dad. I had to take some diapers next door.
Oh.
Okay, so Rayhan spits out the nipple, basically. What did Tavis roll on his save?
20.
Oh, okay. Yeah, same thing with you. That happens, and you're back within yourself again. You stopped convulsing. You're able to open your eyes, and you're all there.
Sergey looks at both of you and says, sorry.
Are you in possession of your faculties now, then?
Yes, my faculties are in my own possession now. And he carefully brings the manacles back over to Tavis and hands them to him.
He pockets them with one hand while rubbing his forehead with the other, trying to get that healing effect again.
Yeah, you. I think you have a few more
And
uses of that, so roll D10.
9.
Yeah. Oh, nice.
Okay, I'm back.
All right, so Luther and Rayhan have they've come back to themselves. They're who they are again. You're all there in that room, that hallway.
Do we want to go see Saggy Mother in other room or try to get out?
I've just seen her. Not pleasant company.
I'm so relieved that you all are all right. For a second there, I thought you were done for.
With bell ringing, we still might be. If we make decision and see what we do. Problem is, we don't know a way out of here. We come from other place, and we went up shaft, and we found maggots, and after maggots, we found piles of bodies, and we don't really know way back out. So either we stay in here and confront old saggy lady in other room, or we wander around, hope we can find a way out.
You start to hear yells and screaming coming from the room with the fire and the insect. Put it out! Put it out!
Well, let's go.
That may narrow our options.
Yes, maybe that is not a good idea to go in there. Unless we pretend like we're helping put it out.
I'm not sure how successful we'd be given our less than officious look.
Wait a minute. I'm awake at this point, right? Or am I still down?
Yeah, you're still awake. You're awake.
Okay. That's the room where the trap was in to drop everybody, right?
There's a guard room between you guys and the insect temple.
So,
The trap was in the guard room, sorry.
okay, so if we lower these guys into the guard room, is it possible to trigger the trap and have them drop?
Yeah, you think you could do that?
Alright, let's do that. I'll look towards
Tavis will get
Tavis.
up and know what you're thinking.
Yeah. So we'll both work together to see if we can trigger it. First, we'll need these guys to run in our direction.
While they do that, Sergei picks up his short sword and sheathes it again and grabs his bow again.
Alright. You hear muttering coming from the room with the woman.
The room with the woman?
Yes. I think Rayhan told everybody about her.
Yeah. So there's an old woman with big tits in the other room. She's a witch. I think that's what I said.
So she's doing things, in other words.
Oh no. That can't be good.
You all get thirsty for some reason. No.
Well, I'm gonna stay in the guard room with my arrows, my bow and arrow, just in case they don't trigger the trap. I can at least shoot one of them.
Well, the guard room is the trap. That's the trick. The floor drops out in the entire
Oh, the
guard
entire room.
Yes. There's the insect room, there's the guard room, there's a small hallway that you guys are in right now. And it looks like it goes to two other places. The one goes to the mother's, and there's another door straight on that you haven't investigated yet. So that's the situation. And there's incantations going on in mother's room.
The way that we haven't gone is back through the insect room, though, right?
The way that you haven't gone, okay, so you're standing in a hallway that's narrow, and let's say you're looking forward away from the insect room. On the right is the mother's room, and straight ahead is another room. So there's another room, if you're coming back the other way,
Oh,
then
so
there's
there's
the mother's
two rooms.
room, then there's the guard room, then there's the insect temple.
I do not like sound of things here.
Put it out! Put it out!
I think if we run fast, we could run by guards. But I don't know which way to go.
I say we stay and fight.
If we can grab one of these guards, drop the rest, we could interrogate them.
How many are in there? Quick, someone look.
Oh, look. What do I see?
So you creep into the guard room, you look out through the door, and all you see is fire.
Oh, wow.
And lots of smoke.
Okay,
But
so maybe
for some
we're not
reason,
going
smoke
back
isn't
that way.
coming this way. You actually see what looks like a partition, like in the air, where the smoke is not coming towards you. You think if that wasn't there, your entire hallway would be filled with smoke.
Okay, so maybe we won't go back that way. Let's try other door. I do not like Mother. I do not want to go and see Mother's tits. Let's try other door. Maybe way out there.
Yeah, let's try the other door, the plain-looking one.
Yeah, there's a. So you pass the mother's door, and then you hear all those incantations still going on. And let's see here. Righty. Okay. Yeah, it's a plain-looking door. It doesn't appear to be locked.
Search it for traps.
Okay.
As is my custom. 2, so I succeed.
Okay. It's not trapped. It's unlocked.
Look through peephole. There is one.
Yeah. There's
Keyhole.
there is a keyhole. We can look through.
Yeah.
On the far side, you see a mirror. It looks like it is probably made out of gold, but the actual mirror itself is ever changing. It looks like it's made out of mercury, if that is even a thing. You kind of look at it, kind of tilt your head a little bit, maybe. Like, what is that?
I'll lean back and look at the others, and I'll say magics.
Too bad we could not find Wolsey. He might know a thing about such thing.
Why not? There's a mirror positioned so that it faces the door. Looks almost like mercury. The door itself isn't trapped, but who knows what happened with the mirror.
Well, it's either mirror or saggy tit mother.
I prefer the mirror.
Well,
I'll gesture with my for everybody to kind of like be on either side of the door, so if the door opens, not if it's like a ray effect or something like that, it doesn't hit everybody.
Okay, so you're going to just sort of open it up and sort of jump back? Is that...
Yeah, and make sure that no one else is like, going to be reflected in the mirror when the door opens.
Okay. So you pop the door open, and you hear a deep voice that asks, "What is your question?"
I look at the group.
Seems to be coming from the mirror.
what is way out of this place? That is my question.
Not a bad question. The mercury on the mirror sort of ripples and sort of undulates up and down towards you and away from you, and then it sort of settles out once again.
Does it have anything?
If you take the mother, they will not harm you.
What did he say?
If you take the mother, they will not harm you and let you leave.
So maybe saggy tit mother is the way to go.
Make a save versus spell, Tim, for Sergey.
Oh. The worst possible thing I could roll. Oh, I actually rolled a 15.
Okay. You felt sort of weightless for a second, and then one of your limbs started to hurt, probably your right leg, but then it went away.
Okay. Did you hear
What is your question?
Am I only one hearing this? Tell me, am I only one hearing this? Sergey starts getting kind of frantic.
Okay, so Sergey asked that question, and then the answer is no. Make a save versus spells. Tim for Sergey.
I rolled a 15 again, fortunately.
Is that above?
Yeah.
Okay. Same thing, except this time it felt worse.
Okay, don't ask any more questions. It is causing pain in my leg. You guys did hear that, didn't you?
Did we?
Yes, they did.
Wow.
Oh, that was
Make a save versus.
Oh no. Oh, 2 this time.
Oh, that's
Davis reaches for his manacles and sighs.
Alright, so let's see here. Alright, so Sergey's left leg this time feels like about 1,000 razors slid into it. It's like 1,000 cuts. How many hit points do you have? How many does Sergey have going on right now?
Oh, hit points? Oh,
Yeah.
he has 8.
Oh boy. Okay. Alright, you are down to -2. His leg just gets soaked with blood, and there's a pool of blood that forms beneath him, and he collapses into it. He has ragged breathing, and there's a lot of blood. And then the mirror asks, "What is your question?"
Tavis hands off his manacles to Rayhan, runs down to Sergey, and I guess covers his mouth with his bloody hand.
That's awesome. Alright, so roll a d10 for Sergey. To heal him up.
2.
Alright, so you're at 0.
But he's taking minimal possible effect. If this counts as a spell. From the other room,
that's... I wonder if that... Huh. Alright, so we're going to say that all the cuts on your leg have healed up. But you're still unconscious.
Okay, so he closes up the wound.
So you're no longer bleeding anymore.
Okay.
And you're not talking, which is probably a good thing. Can't ask any more questions.
I'll walk into the room and glance around it. Is there anything else in there?
You see a very expensive rug on the wall.
Is the mirror flippable? Like, can I turn it so it faces the wall itself? So it doesn't look at me?
Well, the mirror looks like it weighs a couple 100 pounds.
Oh.
There is, like I said, there's curtains and rugs. It looks like you can close the curtains in front of the mirror.
That's what I'll do.
The one thing that you see, however, Rayhan, as you look into the mirror, is that there's a troll looking back at you.
Oh, interesting. I'll keep looking at the mirror.
It seems to look like you, but it definitely is a troll. There's no question about it. It's 100% troll that's looking back at you.
I'll lift my right hand just to see if it's a reflection.
Yeah, it's whatever facial expressions you do, whatever motions you do, it mirrors it. What is your question?
Curtains closed.
Okay.
There's an expensive tapestry, you said?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So it can be rolled up.
Yeah, I'll roll it up. How big is it? If it's a gigantic, I'm not going to carry it with me.
It's probably about 4 feet by 4 feet. So. It looks like it's weaved with like gold thread.
Oh man! I'll roll it up and I'll bring it I'll put it against the wall in case we backtrack, because I can't carry 4 feet in length around. Actually, I'll fold it up. Is it foldable? Is it like?
Yeah, you could fold it up like a thick blanket. Yeah.
That's what I'll do.
Shove it in your backpack.
Yeah.
All right.
Extra padding.
So Rayhan is looting. What's Luther doing at this point?
Oh, I think Luther's gonna seem a little dumbfounded as to what happened to Sergei. He's gonna walk in the room there, and seeing all that has transpired, he's gonna walk over to Rayhan and ask him, "What did you see in the mirror? What do you make of it?"
I'll look back at you, and before I say anything, I'll go back to the mirror and I'll just pull one of the curtains back, but stand in such a way that my reflection is invisible.
Okay.
What do you see?
Oh, geez, I don't think I knew Luther well enough. Let's see here. Luther, you see a white shimmering form that's cradling something in his hands you can't make out what it is.
Can I walk closer to see?
Yeah, you can move closer to the mirror and.
All right, I'll get very close and I'll start to look in.
You look into your hands and there looks like there are hundreds of very small people in your hands.
Huh. And the figure holding them, it's all shimmering in light?
Yeah, but it seems like it has your outline.
Huh.
What is your question?
I'll release the curtain. Close it.
Does Luther ask a question?
No, actually he's gonna stand a little, not so much dumbfounded, but he's gonna be lost for words. He's gonna look over and see what happened to Sergei. He's gonna look back over here and he's like, I have no questions. And I just shut the curtain.
Tavis, with your bloody hands, your blood is running into Sergei's unconscious mouth.
Oh, great. I think instead of drowning him in that, Tavis is going to tear off a rag from his shirt or something, like tear a sleeve off and ball it up and shove it in his mouth. And then maybe give him another healing test.
Okay.
Once he's fairly certain it's secure.
I think that might be your last one, but yeah, roll D10.
Yeah, that is my last one. 1.
Okay, I think we'll just say that you're conscious. I think you have actually, yeah. We'll just say that you have 1 hit point.
Okay.
Sorry. And that's, is there anything that you say as you wake up? Alright, so we're actually running right up to the time limit here. I'm going to say at the end of this session, the door to the mother's room opens, and that'll be the cliffhanger.
Dun dun dun.
Dun dun dun. So,
and we're smothered by saggy boobs.
Saggy boobs of dread.
Yes.
So Phil, this is the first time you played with us. Did you have fun?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Any random thoughts on today's session?
Oh, it was suitably violent and filled. It's actually living up to its name. It's feeling weird and wild. It's pretty awesome.
That's cool. Yeah, I don't know. The arm thing, I read that. It's like, wow, that's kind of weird. it's like I'll make sure I use that. It's like body horror. You know, you have all these strange appendages that aren't yours. I'm just.
It reminds me of the Evil Dead. That's what that reminds me of.
Yeah, that's probably where I got it from. All right, guys, Zig's got to run his Song of Ice and Fire game next, so I'm gonna have to kill the call. And I think if you guys are up for playing next week, we'll try to play next Saturday.
Okay,
Sounds good.
Sounds good.
I'll keep in touch with everybody. I think I can talk to all you guys except for Alex on Facebook. So
Yeah.
All right, guys. I will talk to you
All right,
later.
I'll see you next week.
All right.
See you.
See you guys.
All right, bye.
Good playing with y'all.
Thanks.
Thanks for
All
the
right,
game.
yeah.